Hey, can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Can anybody hear me? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Yes, yes. All right. Thank you, people. Thank you. All right. Let me go and get in and get out so y'all can join the rest of y'all goddamn Saturday this weekend. What's good with it? What's good with it? Now, as you see, so don't pass out, okay? Let me go and start adding while I'm in here. Hold on for a minute. Let me go start adding. I only remove what's good with it. I only remove the most of the blue because I didn't know who is who and what's what. So I removed them, but I'll be adding them. I can add them back, as people come in. And if you don't want to be blue, just tell me. It's no big deal. Okay. All right. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You motherfuckers in the looking in the window can do whatever you want to do. All right, let's get this on the road. So I see who's here, and I'll be writing it down so I can go back and add y'all later. So we're gonna get right into it because this is Solution Saturday. I was asking people for solutions to the problem that we seem to be having. That depending on who you ask, it could be one person's fault, it could be somebody else's fault, whatever. I can't get no straight answer or or more or less an unbiased answer. The answers I'll be getting, you can see it is subjected to how they feel. It don't have anything to do with how anybody else feel, but how they feel or how their friends feel or whatever. How's in conjunction, right? So I'm going to do is I'm going to go by how I feel. That's right. So I am going to say that I'm the problem because I'm big enough to take it. Okay, I'm big enough to take it. And so by me saying I'm the problem, I'm going to give solutions. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give solutions. So, like I said, if y'all missed it, I took most people off blue because a lot of people hadn't seen around, or I didn't know if they were still down or whatever it is. I can go back and I'm gonna go back and add. I'm just you know doing whatever. If you don't want to be blue, just if you come in, just say I don't want to be blue. I'm okay with that. There's not a problem. There is no, I don't care if you can come over or whatever, but I mean, it doesn't matter because it's a lot easier for me to see who, is still blue or whatever, right? So, came up with solutions. So, with that being said, I realized that irrelevant people do irrelevant things, right? There's nothing I can't control that, but I can control a lot because I took inventory on a lot of these channels, especially these channels in the sector, but a lot of these channels, right? And I just come to the conclusion that some people just don't want to do anything new. They don't want to think thinking it differently or whatever. I don't know what's the limitations of their mindset or whatever. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but that's not what I'm. That's not what I do. You need a mental assessment. That would be another motherfucker. It's not me. So I'm gonna jump right in so I can go on and tell you how this is going to work. So a lot of people, a lot of this sector, what have you. Do you know that I've noticed that most of these channels they don't tolerate no disrespect. They don't tolerate people coming in with different opinions from theirs. They don't tolerate people that they don't like or don't like them. They don't do that. It's a lot of shit they don't do. And I'm like, I'm doing too much for a bunch. And that's not like y'all asked or whatever, but you know how I was raised and where I'm from and the circles I'm rolling or whatever. It's just customary to be an assistant, helpful, understanding, nice, gracious, show your gratitude for people who show up for you or whatever, or whomever, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I was raised. But some of these motherfuckers was raised by Jurassic Park animals. Okay? I can't do all that. See, a lot of you motherfuckers have been given soft titty, and you need hard titty. And I'm not above acting just like the rest of these motherfuckers in this sector with some, you know, some adjustment. I don't share the same mentality as a lot of them, so I won't go that extreme. But I can put in some parameters to where I'm thinking more about me than thinking about making others more comfortable. So I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to make sure that my online life and the motherfuckers that I exchange back and forth with mirror motherfuckers that's in my offline life. That's what I'm going to do. There's no need to be going through no volunteer shit on no bullshit and people be on bullshit, whatever. I don't got time for the ghetto. None of them type people. So I'm going to show you how this is going to work. When you come anywhere, you are a guest. Okay? So when you come in the chat or whatever, you're a guest. I don't care if you're blue, white, whatever, you're a guest. But when you hit the link, you need to be invited. See, some of these people are full of shit, and it's disappointing because a lot of these people ain't done shit too. But they got a problem with whatever is going on up here on the channel, whatever, whoever else it is, and then they have a problem with me. So I'm okay with severing those relationships. I'm okay with that. I mean, you got to look at this like a logic. This is the logic, right? If I'm already here Okay, I'm already here. I'm the first one here on this panel. So when you click the motherfucking link, even though it's our channel, but when you click the motherfucking link, you are a guest. And if you come in with the bullshit, you are a disruptor. Y'all, if y'all missed it, whatever, just let me know if y'all not interested in being blue or whatever. Like I said, I removed everybody's most everybody's blue. The only people that I didn't remove is the ones that I had already told me, but that they were, still cool or whatever. But other than that, I didn't know, so I just removed them all. It ain't no biggie. But like I said, if I'm already up in here, or people are already up in here, and you come in with disruption, whatever, then you are a disruptor, whatever. I mean, that's just what it is. It could be a disruptor that was already in here. But what I'm saying, if I'm because I'm the first one up in here, you are disrupting me. So we're not doing that. I mean, like I said, I don't see no one else around here deal with all kinds of bullshit like I do. They don't even let your ass up in there. You could come in the motherfucking door and say hello, and they know that you got a difference of opinion from them, which I think is ignorant. But I mean, it is what it is. Or if you definitely don't fuck with them, whatever, you are getting blocked. And they love them type of people. They don't give them people no kind of fucking problem. But me, hell no. Y'all got me fucked up. So, I thought people was ready to do something different. They're not a problem. I'm still going to welcome, everyone. Not all are wanted, and I'll explain that. So I got all the customer service complaints. I got them all. So here's the thing, right? I'm not no longer fucking with nobody that's not fucking with me. I don't give a fuck. Now you can scroll your ass up in here if you want to. That's on you. If you cut the fuck up, you getting blocked the fuck out by me. If I don't fuck with you, you can hit that link all motherfucking day. You will stay there. And that's something like I said before this last incident, right? Not, I didn't make it personal to me, but the people that have customer service complaints out against, you know, this channel, which is me, then this is how we're going to do it. But I got to make it more personal. If I had a personal issue with your ass, me, not nobody else, me. If I had a personal issue with your ass in the last 60 days, that's a customer service complaint. You can scroll your ass up in here, you will not be acknowledged. You cut up, you getting blocked. Don't hit the link. I'm not fucking with you. If I have a personal issue with your ass within the last, since this channel since the lights has been on and it wasn't resolved, I'm not fucking with you. I wouldn't fuck with you in real in offline. I'm not fucking with you online. I'm not changing my mind. There's no conversation to be had. Anybody know that about me? I don't need no conversation or whatever. That's a lot of times how I deal with shit by not dealing with your ass. Got no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I don't need to talk about shit. Because when the time I gave to talk about the shit or whatever, and it could be whatever, nobody wanted to talk. Everybody want to run to YouTube. Okay. Well, I mean, fuck it. You can continue to run to YouTube. Just don't run your ass over here. Because I don't want to hear shit. I don't give a fuck what the reasons are, what happened, who happened, when it happened, whatever. If I got a personal problem, and I think I have identified with everybody who I have a personal problem with, because it's clear if I got a personal problem with you, I'm gonna head out with your ass. On and offline. I ain't fucking with you. Ever again. I don't give a fuck. See, you have hypocrites and biased ass people. So I can't take y'all motherfucking suggestion. You know, you got people out here that never admit their wrongs and the shit and justify this and whatever and all. You know, I mean, god damn. And a lot of people would do shit and say they did it and justify it with some bullshit. I'm not dealing with your motherfucking asses. Nope. You know, on this Saturday, Jesus has taken the wheel and have pressed the gas as far as he could press it. You got people, I'm telling you how crazy these people are. I ain't gonna, you got people that want to tell me. Somehow, you got people that think that they are as important or maybe more important as JoJo is to me or our relationship. I don't even know how that works. How would you even fix your mouth to say that? Like, you got people that want to give marriage advice and shit. I mean, I'm sorry, couples advice. And I ain't never even, I don't know if they married or not. Like, what the fuck? Like, who does that? It's like, I mean, I'm okay with being accessible, but I'm accessible for common sense shit and logic. Not no bullshit. I don't know you. You could be speaking to the devil when I hang up the phone with your motherfucker. I don't know you. And with all this mental health and substance abuse around this motherfucker, I don't know you. My track record with relationships will tell you. I know how to navigate through them motherfuckers real fine. I know how to get divorced. I know how to stay together. I know how to do it all. And I knew all of that shit prior to meeting you motherfuckers. So I don't understand none of that. I don't tell y'all to leave nobody. Because I don't know your situation. You don't know mine. Like, what the fuck? I don't get it. I mean, like I said, mental health is a big problem around here, as well as substance abuse. I don't identify or deal with either. So, you know, this channel might be a trigger. So trigger your ass on and find something else to do. And I can have JoJo's back and not back his bullshit when I think he's giving bullshit. I can also show where he didn't start it or somebody got it, jumper cables, all that kind of bullshit. Intentional ass behavior and all of that. I can do all of that. But I'm choosing not to do none of it anymore. You know, I'm not, and this is so crazy. I'm telling you how selective these motherfuckers are with the bullshit. At one point, they were saying you know, I let Debo do whatever he wanted to do, whatever, and then I shut JoJo down. So at one point, it it was a cry for help for JoJo. It's like I can't. I get into everybody, and I give you chance per live until you just get banned for good for whatever. But ain't your choice. And trying to do it by committee don't work because you got a lot of people with the bias in this motherfucker. So I guess it got to be my choice. So these are my choices. I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna still go live. I'm gonna still talk about whatever, whether it's that benefit R. Kelly or well, either it benefit R. Kelly or whatever challenges. They're gonna lock his ass up and keep him locked up. I'm gonna talk about both of them. I'm gonna talk about solutions to both of them. Give a fuck. Nothing's gonna change. I'm going live on the motherfucking secret underground motherfucking channel. One person has a motherfucking link now. Oh, and shout out to that person that said that they will allow me to play your goddamn, you reading them motherfucking transcripts and shit. Because we're not finna, they are not up to speed on no case and no shit like that. And I'm not finna read shit. Okay? I hit your cash out. So shout out. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's so crazy. It's like y'all want me to deal with motherfuckers who don't fuck with me or don't like me or whatever just because y'all like them. So y'all want me to put y'all needs ahead of mine. That ain't working no more. What I can do is I can do both of them. But what I won't do, I'm not doing nobody that I got a personal problem with. Now I'm not doing that. Now you can cry your ass a river and get the fuck on. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It is too many people that give a whole bunch of comments, positive comments like that when I have patients, whatever, people trying to learn something. You got a lot of people that ain't up to speed on a lot of stuff or whatever. They trying to get here, get there, whatever. They should be afforded that. And if I can assist in that, then that's what I'm going to do. Nobody's going to control it. Nobody can. You can't do shit. You ain't learned that by now? But I've learned, right? When I try to be cordial with people and try to, even though there's an issue or whatever, I try to be cordial, then I get accused of what they say, lusting after fat boy. Are you stupid? I'm just trying to be cool. I mean, you can't even and see in my real life when I'm done, I'm done. I don't cross back over whatever. I don't be cordial. I don't be nothing. I don't speak. If I'm spoken to, I don't speak. Because I don't fuck with you. Because you done fucked up. And I'll be on 9.5 and 10 to fuck your goddamn world up. So leave me the fuck alone. You can't even be cordial around this motherfucker. Or just be okay. You ain't got to be on fuck a motherfucker life up all the time. You can just let it roll. Hey. Not around this motherfucker. Y'all like samples and examples. Like what the fuck? So I ain't doing that. So that's why I put it in the, put it in this type of form, right? If I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me. I have no idea why you would be in here scrolling up or clicking the link. That's when I say irrelevant people do irrelevant things. What are you doing? Are you seeking attention? Do you have a problem? Are you fucked up? What is your problem? Because I'm not going nowhere. Well, I don't fuck with that person. They don't fuck with me. Have you seen me? No. Like I said, it's a lot of people got their I had to remove a lot of blue because I didn't know who's who, what's what, whatever. So if y'all don't want to be blue, let me know. If y'all in here, I'm assuming that we still cool and everything is good. So when I get off here, I'll go in and you know I'll go in and see what's up. But other than that, I'm not with all that. So just to be sure, so we can go down the line of motherfuckers I'm not fucking with. Not fucking with bitch ass niggas. I haven't done the call in a minute. So let me go down the call. Let me see if I can still remember. Not fucking with bitch ass niggas. Bitch ass bitches. Super niggas. Hot faced ass niggas. Hot faced ass bitches. A new one. Life has said fuck you ass bitches. Um what else? Shit starting ass motherfuckers. We're gonna add that one. And the team I've joined Team Fuck You. That's the team I've joined. And Team Kiss My Ass. Both of them. You motherfuckers, some of you, not all of you, are uncivilized. And you're hard to please. But I'll be the one to take it off. Because once again, you could take that thumbs up button and dip it in some syphilis, stick it up all the holes you have, and hope in an infection bubble out your ass like an Alka Seltzer, spewing all on your motherfucking clothes. How about that? Hit that like button. The like button of syphilis. Now, on this live, on this channel, because I don't get confused. We are waiting. So, Judge Ann is supposed to rule on these motions or whatever. So she can either approve it, deny it, or set it for an evidentiary hearing, right? So, once she rules on it, I'm going to do a live. It's going to be Judge Ann versus the Court of Appeals, right? Reason why uh, Judge Ann versus the Court of Appeals, right? Because assuming that she denies them, we want to look at what would be appellate issues, right? We want to look at that. Somebody also asked to revisit the Chicago case. So that's going to be kind of heavy. So that's why I'm replaying somebody's lives to catch them up with the New York case so they could be on to catch up on the appellate shit with with um with New York. Maybe it'll be done by that time. And then I could do Chicago on both channels. And remember, you know, whether it be Judge Ann or whether it be at the, appellate level, it is all going to hinge on if it's in the interest of justice to overturn these convictions or what have you, however they handle it, right? So I think about that. Also over here, since it's a little bit further up, I know it's some new people that need to be caught up to speed, whatever, on the case, whatever. That's why I will always take time to sit with people like Progress, answer all those questions or whatever. If you have questions, whatever, because we can always catch up. We're gonna talk about we're gonna look forward right to the future because I'm just to give you an idea how long that you could be on this shit. And so it would behoove you to try to get along whatever side you're on or each other, which would make common sense. But it is what it is around here. So, okay, I got y'all. I got y'all. So, do you know that after all of this, I don't know, I might keep this a little private. We might do a little private live so I can tell y'all about how this issue may come back around to Judge Ann after the appeals. Yeah. How R. Kelly gets another shot. Yeah. I might tell y'all about that. And here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna blow your mind, right? In that shot, right? He gets to, by a simple process, he gets to introduce inadmissible evidence, such as hearsay, things of that nature. Yeah. So it will come back around to Judge Ann. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm fucked up. So I may tell somebody how that works. So I will, let me drop that link. I will drop that link. Oh, it's so peaceful. Shit. Damn, it's peaceful. Even the comments peaceful. Woo! Lord. Yeah, so Judge Ann won't be off the hook. And if you think they ain't gonna deploy it, you got another fault coming. They gonna deploy it. Cause I'm pretty sure whatever turn well, if J-Bo is still on the case, you see she swings and bang. Looks like she swings and bang she goes down with the motherfucking ship. So mm-hmm. So y'all gonna be here in a minute. Y'all will. I don't know about me, but y'all will. She can, I mean, depending on how you look at it, she can depend on she can come up with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Again, if y'all didn't hear what I said about those about that Club Blue stuff, only reason why I, took a lot of them away because I didn't know who was here, who's not, who's gone, whatever, who was mad, who's gonna stay mad, what have it. That's not a problem. So if you don't want to be blue, just let me know because when I get done with this live or as I'm in here, I will be adding them back. But does anybody have a problem with what they've heard so far? Anybody got any questions? So just to recap, I had a personal issue with you directly, not with nobody. Not you and I had an issue with somebody else. No, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't. I'm not. I've never been a whatever you like type girl. Okay, that's not what I do. I don't assume nobody's motherfucking beat. That's including JoJo. JoJo beefs is his beefs and problems that he don't like. Mine is mine. My beefs and problems who I don't like. I never be like, okay, whatever you like, JoJo. All right, you Muslim. Okay, I'm Muslim too, JoJo. Okay, well, you okay? I'm mad too, JoJo. No, 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 no. That's pathetic. I never get down like that. That's crazy. I'm talking about me. So I had a personal beef with your ass, or issue with your ass in the last 60 days. You could do irrelevant scrolling. You can hit that link, but you'll be sitting there. If I had one with your ass in the last 365 days, since this channel has been up. You could do irrelevant scrolling up if you want to. That's fine. I don't give a shit. But if you get out of hand, you will be blocked by me. I don't know if a motherfucker don't like you and you don't like them. I don't know why the fuck you only coming over to start shit anyway. Because I already told you. Now, depending on what day it is, you can either come over here fucking with Angie, half dead, Sister Stank Walk. I don't know. But I will take it as a show of disrespect because I already asked you. I don't fuck with you. You don't fuck with me. I don't know what. Ain't nothing to talk about. That's how I roll in real life. Don't hit that link because you will be dangling off that link. You'll be still sitting there. I don't give a fuck what you got to say. You can say you come up here for prayer. I don't care. I don't care if you see Jesus up here on the panel. That's not an invitation for you. I don't care if we talking about how to make 1 million in 100 seconds. It's not your invitation. I don't fuck with all kind of people anyway in real life. I don't fuck with nobody. Get on my goddamn nerves and don't do that. Yes, ma'am, Mocha. I got you. I got you. I got all y'all. I got you. But we're not gonna do all this here. No, ain't nobody get fired. I said I'll be adding back Queen Christy. No, 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 no. But I had to take them because I didn't know who was what, who's all this crazy shit or whatever. And I know for I'm gonna be the solution. I'm gonna take it all. It's my fault, whatever. I can deal with it. Let's go. I can handle whatever may come. Let's go. I don't give a fuck. But in doing that, I'm gonna set some motherfucking parameters because ain't nobody else deal with the shit I deal with. And nobody else. I ain't say that y'all ask for generosity. Nobody else don't. Not in this sector. They don't even let you say what you want to say, or they are blocking your ass. And they be over there peaceful, or spazzing out, or whatever. I'm not doing it. Hey, Miss Henny Hen.
Hi, Miss Angie. I just,
Hey.
I don't know anything you're talking about, but I just wanted to tell you the other day when I was on your panel, I do appreciate you allowing me to be up there. And I felt like I was disrespectful at one point to you, and I apologize truly for that. I didn't mean that. I didn't understand who was talking. I thought it was the other lady, and so I wanted to apologize for that.
Oh no, girl, you don't have to do all that. You good. You don't have to do all that. I get it. No, no, I think we had to straighten that out while you were up here. I think
Oh,
yeah, we had to straighten that out while you were up here.
okay. I just wanted to apologize and thank you for allowing me to be on there. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Anytime, anytime.
And you have a
All
blessed.
all right, no problem.
Thank
Thank you, and thank you for
you.
coming up here to share your perspective that
Oh,
day.
you're
Um,
welcome.
yeah, stuff like that helps me with my thinking. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Because I like to put it together on both sides, and somebody say something whatever, I was like, oh yeah, we could follow the trainer law that says this, or oh yeah, we could follow the trainer law that says that. So that helps me with my rationale. So yeah,
yeah, and it also helps me, trying to. I mean, I understand everybody has a side. I just also look at reality. I know what I was doing when I was 17, and I just feel like if the mother would have never said she was 18, the mother also told her that he's trying to fuck. She said that plain out in them Texas. Everybody has read it. What if he was told the truth from the beginning? Maybe it would have been different.
yeah, I understand what you're saying. I mean, but that would be isolated to that particular person because allegedly he has a history of. But
But
I understand
there,
what you're saying. But that would have been
right. If
one
there's
situation
his,
that could have been different, right?
right. If there's a history, there's gonna be more than 5 people or 10 people. And then there was only two that was allegedly stating that they were minors, but they both lied about their age. If he's into minors, why lie about your age?
Right.
And,
I see what you're saying, but I think but an argument could be put up that okay, there were also some alleged minors in the uncharged act, and then when you compare New York to Chicago, and when I did all of I'm talking Chicago federal case, when I tried to see if any of the charged the females that were charged in the New York case will show up in the Chicago case, it wasn't. So the Chicago case have I don't know what 4 or 5 additional people that were supposed to be minors. So I mean I'm not sure. I'm not sure because that's looking ahead. But I remember when I was doing the trying to see would anybody from New York show up in Chicago because hey, I mean that's a different jurisdiction. The answer was no because those cases were for people that he met, and I did that by just looking at when they said he met the particular alleged victim. So, and then when I matched that up with the charged acts, and I think the uncharged acts as well. Well, I don't know about. I don't want to say that, but at least with the charged acts, that these are different females, a whole new different set of charged acts. So that
but we,
I
but
so
also
I don't
you
know.
got to remember in Chicago, 17 is legal. And number two, JP is in the Chicago case, isn't she? I really don't talk about the Chicago case because I
Right, right,
know a lot about it yet. Because I want to wait, and see what the transcripts say and stuff like that.
correct.
What comes out. I don't, everything kind of, I mean, we could go off the indictment, but honestly, it's been out so long ago, I can't remember that with so much going on in the New York case. And I'm not an attorney.
Right.
I'm just got a person with an opinion.
Yes, ma'am. And but at least as a lot of people just they don't base their opinion on no type of facts or evidence or this, that, and the third, whatever. They don't do that. But you have some, people just, like you're trying to come from a common sense, logical place. What's up,
Right.
Lady Leisure?
Hey, I just wanted to hey
Hi.
everybody.
They-
I just wanted to jump on because I heard her say that 17 is legal in Chicago. It is, but that has it's legal unless they have some type of custody over the minor. If they're in some type of authoritative position, a teacher, a mentor, um, then that age is 18. Now, adding on to that, you have to understand that when you're talking 17 being legal in Chicago, you're talking a state law. He was in a federal case. So 18 is the age of consent.
Okay, can I speak now?
Sure.
Okay. First of all, we as people need to do something about that because it's not right to say, okay, you're legal because it's state looking at the state, but wait a minute now, you're not legal. That's double that's like that's not fair to people. First and foremost. Secondly,
Right. Go ahead.
I wouldn't have a problem with any of that. Okay, if you're going to charge him and he did it, okay. But let there be no games or no manipulating or no underhandedness or none of that. You can't sit there. I mean, it just ethically is not right to me for a parent to say, okay, to her own daughter, or even, texting him saying she's her daughter, saying she's 18, saying he wants to fuck. Why would you send your daughter? I wouldn't care if she was 18 or 21. Why would you send her? Because
You'd
you
have to
had.
ask the parent. You'd have to ask the
Okay,
parent.
but can I finish? They had bad intentions. That's why they sent her, because
I
they
mean
figured. Hold on,
that's
hold
your
on.
opinion and
Yes,
you're
I didn't cut
entitled
you
to
off.
it.
I didn't
So
cut you off.
did Aaliyah's
Hold,
parents have bad intentions too?
hold on,
Aaliyah,
later, Lisa. She
hold
wasn't
on.
finished. She wasn't finished. Go ahead.
Aaliyah's parents put out a note. The mother put out a note stating that none of that never happened, and the girl and um Javante was lying. She's never even seen her. So I mean, if we're gonna keep going by hearsay, then okay.
But
Are we going?
it's not hearsay. He married her when she was 15 and he was 27. That's not hearsay. That's a fact.
Okay, can I tell you something? I live in Michigan. You know how many 16-year-old girls I see around here with men that are 30? It's legal here. Their parents
But
allow that.
it's
Hold
not
on.
legal here.
I give you respect. Give me respect.
I'm
I
not
let you say
disrespecting you.
you are because you said your whole spiel and I said, okay, can I speak now? You said
I'm
yes.
sorry. Go ahead. You are right. Go ahead.
And every time I try to say something, you cut me off. I'm just saying, you guys want to place all the blame on R. Kelly, but you gotta really open your mind and look at everything because of the simple fact that to me, that's entrapment what they did to him. I have a son. If that was to ever happen to my son, you know how I would be so mad. You can look at the age. I mean, you're saying he's wrong for 15 and 27. Okay, what if the girl was 17 and my son's 24? It can happen to any of our kids at any age. If this stuff is allowed, we got hell to pay. If it's okay for parents to do that and then back their kid up and allow them to lie and have a man thinking you're 18 for 4 months, that's not right. It's not okay to lie about your age. You know how many people sit up here and are in prison right now because of stuff like that? The law's got to be fair all the way around. That's what I'm saying. And the Uncharged Act hold on, let me touch on that as well. It was a 17-year-old boy. Chicago state, however you want to look at it. Legal is, I mean, if they're saying state is legal, that's what I go by.
But you can't go by that when he's charged federally, because state
Okay,
laws are state laws and federal laws
but that needs
are
to be
federal laws.
because everybody's kind of asked over a barrel. That's
Every
not
state
not fair to
every
any of us.
state makes their own consent laws.
Right.
Every state is different, you know? But the
Yeah, I know, but
federal
it's not
government
fair.
is the same all over the United States of America.
Well, then there's a lot of people that need to be locked up because I tell you what, where I live, I see that stuff all the time, and the parents don't care. So, you know, it is what it is. It's not my business. If their parents
So,
allow, who am I to say any different?
okay.
And I know what I was doing at 17. I wasn't no dumb 17-year-old, and I'm not being rude or anything, but you can tell how a person is by the way they act and the things they put out and show people. I don't think, you know, neither one of them was slow kids. I don't believe that at all. I believe
You don't think you
I believe
so so do
hold
you
on,
think
from
go
what
ahead.
I've seen, they was very mature adults. And if he was that bad of a man, why the heck did JP want to get back with him in 2010?
I hear
Come
you,
on now.
and I get what you're saying,
I
but
mean, you can
the
make it make sense to me, you
the
know.
fact it's not going to make sense to you. It's not going to make sense to you because you don't see the law in it. It's not going to make sense to you. The bottom line is this: he was the adult, they were the minors. It was his responsibility. Now, getting back to Aaliyah, she was 13. Demetrius testified that he felt they had been doing whatever they were doing since he met her. That's what he said.
He
So he said he believed it since the very beginning. They were too close. What else did he say? He used another phrase. I can't recall it at the time. But he thought they had been having sex since shortly after R. Kelly met her when she was 12. So I'm going to ask you again. Do you believe that Aaliyah's parents had ill intentions when they sent her to be mentored by him? They had ill intentions too?
no, I don't believe. First of all, was she 12, 13, or 15? I believe she was 15, and in the
She was 15 when he married her. He met her when she was 12. He started to mentor her when she was 13. He married her when she was 15.
no, I never seen any of that in court
Okay.
documents. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna even try to speak on that because that ain't the court documents I read. And Demetrius Smith in the court documents said that they was good friends and like childish playing. And then he also said that he don't remember R. Kelly ever being there when money was exchanged. So, and I can only go by what Aaliyah's mom said. And from everything I've understood about it, one of her parents was always around.
Well, one of her parents
I,
couldn't have always been around because they got married and neither of her parents were there. So
and
how were they always around? They
she
weren't there
ran
when
away,
she got married.
she ran away from home. That's public knowledge. That's all over in all the books and everything. So I really don't
So
believe, I don't believe that. I
Okay.
honestly believe that there's some shady stuff in there, but I'm not going to put it out there because I don't know for a fact. I have been researching on it to find out. When I do find everything out, I will clarify it. And Aaliyah also said plenty of times that they was never married. So you're
But
going
they
by.
were. But, I can
Do you
say
realize that
anything
that
out of
license?
my mouth. Just because you say something, that doesn't make it true. They were married. They have the marriage certificate.
It
They
was
have the marriage license. They have the annulment from Michigan. So, I mean, like, come on.
come
They
on.
had a Cook County clerk
It was
who
never signed.
testified
It was
that,
never.
pardon me?
He okay. For I'm not gonna go back and forth about Aaliyah. He wasn't charged with Aaliyah. He was charged with the bribery end of it. So what else do we have
Aaliyah is
back up?
Aaliyah. Aaliyah was the predicate act that made the case.
No, it wasn't. It was
Oh
Azriel.
my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
Thanks so much, guys. I'm out.
All right, Lady Leisure. Okay. Yeah, Aaliyah wasn't. It wasn't the case.
He was just charged with the bribery as far as Aaliyah went, correct?
Right, right. He was just charged with the bribery, but she was still in the case. She was a Jane Doe number one.
Yeah, but it was just
Hey
the
y'all, I'm
bribery.
adding, I'm adding, I'm turning y'all blue. I'm trying to go through and get everybody. Let me know if y'all don't want to be, and so I can take it off while I'm in here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just trying to clarify it because I know I read the transcripts. I mean, you've seen me read them. I mean, most
You're
people
right.
did. She wasn't.
Yes, I did.
She wasn't, you know, um, a sexual part of it. She was just part of the bribery. But okay.
Right. But all those, he was charged with some type of I got you always. He wasn't. I'm sorry for chewing his gum. He wasn't, charged with the sex and all that and marrying Aaliyah and all of that. He was charged with the bribery, right?
Right.
As one of the facilitators of the bribery. Let me say it like that because it's easier understood when I
Right.
say it like that. That way, it allows for what's his name, Demetrius Smith, action. Now, just not to change anything, but I'm looking at the Chicago case, right?
Uh-huh.
So whatever the age, I don't live in Chicago, and you said the age of consent there is 17, right? So everybody in this case that they have listed as minors, they were under 17,
They were.
and yeah, they were under 17 in the Chicago case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and in order, like when the federal jurisdiction kicks in, meaning it can be treated as a federal crime, right? So the age now would be 18. All right, so this is what they did, right? In here, on here, right?
Uh-huh.
The federal age of consent is 18, under 18, 18, at least 18 years of age, right?
Right.
So, and he's being charged with some type of sexual abuse against a minor, which has no statute of limitation.
Uh-huh.
That's how they can get away with not, treating this as a RICO, which a federal RICO um, is not, yeah, I mean, they could get away without doing this as a RICO in Chicago, because New York isn't the only place you can do a RICO, federal RICO, but they can charge it as just regular old sexual abuse crimes. I'm talking about in the federal jurisdiction. In the state jurisdiction, that's when the 17-year the age 17 years old, that's when that's going to kick in.
But I'm sorry, but to me that ain't right, because it's like, okay, let's say 30-year-old guy is with the 16-year-old girl. They can be together for 15 years, because this is kind of what's happening here. And I don't know about Chicago, so I'm not, but and then say that three other girls out of that 15 years come back and say something on this guy, and it happened 10 years, 10 years ago. And so now to link them all together, they're going to hit him with a RICO and say that he did it because the girls aren't 18. When all this time it was okay because the state didn't, I mean, the federal didn't step in. How is that fair to men? Actually, to anybody. Because this same thing could be used on a woman too, right?
Right, right. But but
I
and
mean,
I understand what you're saying because I'm sorry. I said myself, right? It usually has to. The law has to have some type of conformity to it. It has to be uniform in some type of way, especially with matters such as age of consent. Well, that could be easy thing to do, right? Because it would make sense that the age of consent would be the same across the United States, right?
right.
Like, and I can see when it comes to matters of maybe racketeering. I mean, that's usually processed at the federal level. You have some of the other crimes, right? But
Right.
when they can even diversify by like the length of time that you will be facing, right? Whether to kind of change it up a little bit, whether between state and and the federal, but
Mm-hmm.
also keeping the qualifications that what makes it federal, what makes it different than state, right? Other
Right.
than that, but the age of consent, that's one of the things that needs to be uniform.
Yes, I agree
Like
with that.
nobody has like a little pocket cheat sheet. Like if you traveling cross country, okay, with the age of consent. Wait a minute, we in Washington now. What's the age of consent? Okay, we done went over here to New York. What's the age of consent? Like that's crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because it's like I'm sitting here thinking. I mean, I don't know what some of these people do around here, but some of it shocks me when I see this one couple I know. The girl's she's older now, but she was 16 and he was in his 30s. If they was to leave here and go to Texas, he could be screwed, and that's sad to say
Right,
because
right,
he does things with their family and all kinds of stuff. But I'm just, a outsider looking in. But hey, who am I to judge? I can't judge anybody.
right, right, right. Stuff like that. I mean, and you know what? I guarantee you, if more cases come up challenging that very fact that the age of consent is in uniform, things may, and it's just not when it comes to sexual abuse, some other stuff, right?
Right,
Like a lot of contracts and things of that nature, right? Because that happens a lot with contracts,
right.
minors and things of that nature. I
And
guarantee you, lawsuits and if convictions start to get overturned because the age of consent may be the issue may be confusing if if an attorney argue that and tie that into the um the science for when people start, when they say, people develop and all of that stuff, or that, you might have, they might get some type of traction and be motivated to change that to make it more uniform and make it, make it have a make it come, something that's makes sense. I hate to say make it make sense. I was trying to find something else, but I have to say that. But you know, because it just does not. Because here's the thing, right?
right,
Now, every state, right? So we got every state, the age of consent is different. But you
Mhm.
would want to say that us as human beings, when they do the science on it, girls are supposed to mature. This I'm giving the ages like
Yep.
18, men 21. You want to make that uniform
Right.
as humans, as we are all the same. But when it comes to different states, you want to make the age of consent different. That's
Right.
crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then
It contradicts.
yes, it does. And then not only that, Miss Angie, but I've never met R. Kelly. I just like his music. I got interested. I'm a supporter. I'm not a huge groupie fan, nothing like that. I'm just the case, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And my thing is I'm looking at, because I'm in the medical field, I'm looking at somebody that has dyslexia and, autistic. I mean, I don't know if he's autistic, whatever his disability is. It's never been, but them type of people, most generally their mindset is a lot younger than what their age is. And so that's probably why he liked younger people than what he is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, okay, let's take this for instance. If you see mentally ill, not he's just challenged in the mind. Let's say it like
Right.
that. Person, and say he's in his 30s and he's with a 17-year-old, somebody, that matches his IQ level. Let's say it like that. Okay, you're not going to look at their relationship as being so wrong as you would two normal people. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Because
You're right.
of their disabilities. And so
Right.
that's just my opinion of him. I mean, and most people that are like that are very, very talented in other areas. When you lack one ability, when you can't read and write, you're stronger in other areas. And that's probably how he got so he's a musical genius. And his music hasn't done anything to anybody. Actually, it uplifts quite a bit of people. I know it has me.
But in his case, to be honest, in his case, and I just thought about this, if they ever decide to use his disability as a mitigating factor, as to say that his reasoning is diminished, I'm pretty sure the prosecutor is going to come back to show some type of manipulative behavior that's associated with um, um, predatory behavior. So I'm pretty
Well,
sure that they will come with that.
the thing that kind of gets me is, okay, I can understand. There's women that's abused. I've been abused. You know,
Mhm.
I and
Sorry for
I mean, hey, it's life. You go through it. But anyway, thank you. Um, my thing is I can understand women being abused and like being sexually mistreated or whatever. But if you are, why? I mean, some people said they was in the van. Why sit in there 8 hours? Why would you do that? There's three or four doors in there. If it's that bad of a situation, get your ass out and leave. Why stay in a hotel room when you're in control of that? Why wouldn't you just leave? I mean, that stuff just don't make no sense to me. I can't for the life of me make sense of it.
I understand, but a lot of things in this case is that I see where a lot of people would be like, well, and even down from the parents, it's like, well, if I was a parent, I wouldn't do this or whatever. But that would be, you could say the same of an alleged, well, I'm gonna say an accuser, right? You could,
Yeah.
you don't know what their mindset is. A lot of people be so starstruck that they would do anything to be with the star or to think that they could make it, off the back of a star. You know what I'm saying? So you
Right.
never know their mindset. At that point, you can start talking about their mindset, their
Right.
reasoning, their rationale. You never know.
But was you there for the right reasons or were you there for the wrong reasons? You know what I mean? Everybody has a conscience. Everybody has a moral compass. Everybody has ethics. You know, you don't I'm you just don't take someone's whole life from them and want them to sit in a prison for, it's okay if it's proven. I mean, I don't know how to say what I'm saying. It was proven, but do it legally and in the right way. Don't do it by manipulation. Don't do it by, to me, entrapment. Don't do it by lies. Do it the right way. If you went back there, like, look at Haley Calhoun. She went back there 10 times. She had her own apartment. If it was that bad, what did you go back for? Even Lisa Van Allen, she's talking all that, but she had a baby, didn't have nowhere to stay, and went back. Can I mean, she was in a whole nother relationship, and he took her back. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Hey, yeah, I understand what you're trying to say, but I mean, I try not to second guess anybody because I don't know, again, their
Yeah,
their mindset at that time. I don't know their situation. I
but
don't know what was going on between the two. To me,
but
I
like,
look at,
yeah,
I've done a lot of stuff that people, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't do.
right. But you hold yourself accountable for your actions. I don't know if you sent someone to prison for life for your actions. You know what I'm saying, or your
Right.
participation in any wrongdoings. But me as a person, I could never do nothing like that. That's not. I gotta live with myself at the end of the day, and the man upstairs has to judge me for whatever I do. So I'm not trying to have no bad juju on me.
Right. Well, as a minor, you can't consent to anything, but as an adult, you can consent to some things, but you can't consent to abuse and things of that nature. You don't legalize. You can't legalize your own abuse and all of that. You can't do that. You know.
Right. But that's where
Within, let me say, well, unless it gets down to that S&M type of stuff, with which you agree. But other than that, and at that point, you're not saying it's abuse. You're saying it's a joint decision. So, but other than that, yeah.
and I mean, I just the stuff that come out in court, it just to me did not go. It's just a BS case to me. Really, honestly, that's how I feel.
All
I
right, I
mean, if
get that. I get that.
they're gonna do it fair, and then what can I say? Nothing. You know. But if you're not,
What the legal
I'm
system is supposed to assure that they do it fair. Now, that's what they're supposed to assure. And when it's not done fair, then that's when we go through this process and what we're going through now.
right.
This eviction phase, right?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Mhm.
And I mean, to me, it just blows my mind so much the stuff that came out in this court case. I mean, I don't understand how Geronda sued him 4 times. How? I mean, I don't. I cannot get that for the life of me. And then wanted to get back with them in 2010. You're saying all this bad stuff he did to you, and you want to get back with them when you're an adult? Does that make sense to you, Miss Angie?
Um. Well, here's the thing, right? Let's say this, right? Because you can't say that it's everybody was a get back thing, right? Because
No,
how the law
that came out.
it's more. Go
Trans-
ahead.
that I'm sorry, that came out in the court transcripts. She said she did want to get back with him in 2010.
But she did want to get back with him, right?
Yeah,
But
she
you
said.
saying that at this point, um,
I'm saying at that point, you're away from him all them years. If he mistreated you that bad and raped you or what, not rape, because he never raped anybody, everything was consensual. But the sticky line is she lied about her age. She's saying she told him the truth. I don't know what he's saying because it never came out, and he never said anything. But in the court transcripts, she sued him 4 times, and she also stated that she wanted to get back with him in 2010. And if you was mistreated that bad, where you're taking the guy to court, then why would you want to get back with him?
you said get back with him or get at him because she wanted to get him back for something. Are you saying get back with him?
Yeah, she wanted to resume a relationship with him. I think is the way they worded it in the transcripts. And she said yes. But if he was that bad to you, why all them years later, once you got old enough to, where you was legal, why would you say, I'm sorry, I'm reading these dang messages again. I'm going to block them. But why would you want, if he mistreated you so bad, why, when you got of legal age, would you want to get back with somebody after all them years you had, he was abusive to you and whatever she alleged? When you got older, and you're not going to want anytime you get away from an abusive relationship for years, you're not going to try to go back to that.
Okay. So, but one thing about crimes, especially abuse, there's something called a pattern of abuse. That means for something to be a pattern of abuse, that means they probably had to keep coming back or staying in that situation. So you can, like I said, that's like you're saying what you wouldn't do, but that's totally different from someone else and someone that is, much younger than we are. And we don't know how these people came up, what the parenting was. We don't know anything about that. And as you know, if your your parenting could have been, somebody you could have been parented top notch, 100 or whatever, and you still sometimes because of your naivety or whatever, you fall into these situations. What's good with it, Levi?
Hello, Miss Walker. How are you?
I am fine, Danny. Yes, I'm feeling good. Yes.
Praise God. And to Henny Hen, your guest, how are you?
Fine. How are you, Mr. Levi?
Just fine. I wanted to jump on here. Actually, we're waiting.
I hope you're having a blessed day.
Yes, indeed. We were waiting for our table, and I was listening to you guys' show as we wait. And as soon as they called us to be seated, I said, I got to come out. So I came out to the parking lot to say a few things. I said, oh, hell no. I told her, wait a minute, I got to go out here. Now, listen. What you doing? Grab a drink. Hey, Miss Walker, she said, where you going? I said, don't worry about it. Grab a drink. I'll be right back, goddammit.
All right. Yes.
Listen,
I've been asking about you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been off over, about almost 2 weeks because, listen, Miss Walker, when you see me leave YouTube, it's for a reason. And like I said, if I tell you a hen dips snuff, you better look up under at least one of his wings. So it all manifests. it all manifests itself. I'm not gonna go into all of that. But let me say this: the reason why I was so upset sitting in there, is that your previous guest, I was listening to her talk about Aaliyah. I heard and listened to how dismissive she was when Henny Hen brought up the text messages. And I just want to say this. And I also heard her say, well, she was 17. To both of you guys, let me say this. The problem I have with this whole picture is that since my cousin has been in this situation, I've always had a problem with the gross injustice that he has faced from day one since the advent of this docu-series, for one. For two, I've always had a problem with the hypocrisy in America, but especially amongst Black people. And when I say hypocrisy and the lies and the deceit, I'll start with the hypocrisy. Every Black person, and I belong to the African American group, or Black, whatever you want to call us, colored. That's my environment, so I can gauge that and assess that pretty well. To all of y'all who have a problem with R. Kelly and the thought of R. Kelly even, his eyes dawning the bodies of young girls and all of this shit, excuse me for swearing, why don't y'all march outside of TikTok, that corporation? March outside of Instagram. You don't have to be a goddamn predator no more. You ain't got a predator, molester, statutory rape. Any sick, perverted man or woman who lusts after young ladies, all you got to do is download TikTok, download Instagram. You'll see young girls on there they showing their naked asses, twerking and gyrating, and you can see the whole thing. If they don't show you the whole thing, you can for damn sure see the print. So this same society who wants to condemn Robert, who has openly admitted way back 2008, 2009, when he was asked by Touré, do you like teenage girls? He said, well, what age are you? What do you mean? What are we talking? Legal? Yeah. And the whole country lost their damn mind, and they played that clip on a Lifetime docuseries, even though he was being honest, and even though what he spoke, while some may have deemed it immoral, he spoke that which was legal. He says, yes, I have 19-year-old friends. The attorneys for Robert have been so asphyxiated, following after goddamn terrorists on YouTube, watching those who were acting in ways that were in condemnation of him, contributing to his demise, his legal demise. They didn't watch Levi for Kelly. Okay? Those attorneys were only trying to watch homeless niggas and baby killers and the lowest of the goddamn low, niggas with criminal backgrounds of stalking and violence towards women. That's who they wanted to should I say, collude with. But I said on Levi for Kelly, I said, well, the language that should be used by the attorneys is that, yes, Robert does love all women. He engages with all women, including teenage adults. When I said teenage adults on Larry's show, niggas went crazy. What do you mean? There's no such thing as a teenage adult. Is it or is it not? An 18-year-old is a teenager, and an 18-year-old is an adult. A 19-year-old is a teenager and an adult. I remember, most of us remember when we turned 20 years old, I remember thinking to myself, damn, I'm no longer a teenager. I'm 20 years old now. So that woman, that guest that you had on, when she talked about Aaliyah, I wanted to say this to her. You can't make Aaliyah a victim if Aaliyah did not make herself a victim. I take it personal because I've met Aaliyah a few times. I take it personal because me and my daughter's mother, when that beautiful young lady met her early demise, we were one of the first ones down at her high school at the vigil crying like babies. Aaliyah was a beautiful angel. Okay? Aaliyah had ample opportunity after those allegations came out to say, yes, he did this to me, but she did not. Even my cousin's nemesis, Dame Dash, who was on the Second Lifetime, who contributed to the lynch mob, was one of the first ones out there trying to get clout, talking after him. If you listen to him, and the question is put to him, did Aaliyah ever tell you he had sex with her? She just said he was a bad man. Well, goddamn. Was she talking about in business? Was she talking about the business relationship? What was she talking about? But Aaliyah, her mother, and even those who hate my cousin could never say she told them that he had sex with her, for one. For two, I've never disrespected Miss Cunningham, Javante Cunningham. I've had conversations with her, not private, but on Larry's show. And I've always shown her the utmost respect, as I have done all the accusers, alleged victims. I always, let them talk, and I don't go at them. And you a lie. You telling a goddamn lie, B, you H, you dog head hole. I don't talk to young ladies like that, or no one like that. I'm too self-respecting to carry myself like that. However, now that we're in the fourth quarter with about 15 seconds left as he marches towards his sentencing, I have to say this. The question that I would ask, objectively, not targeting Javante Cunningham, but objectively, just as a question, did Lifetime seek you out? Did they come to you and ask you if you saw him? See, because Javante Cunningham is the only person on the planet that says, as an eyewitness, I saw him having sex with Aaliyah. Now, here's the question. Did you take that information to the Lifetime Network, or did they seek you out and come to you? And if they sought you out and came to you, what was the precipice? What was the premise? Why would they seek you out unless they had read or heard prior to the construction or production of that docuseries that you had made that statement before? Where can we find that statement, Miss Cunningham, where you said you witnessed Robert having sex with Aaliyah? For one, where did you make that statement? And most importantly, when he was charged with the sex tape, why didn't you take that information to the prosecutors in Cook County? Huh? Was it because you couldn't get on TV if you took it to them? Huh? Listen, every accuser of Robert somehow has monetized their goddamn stories, people. Is it more appropriate for Miss Cunningham to say that on a Lifetime docuseries? Or would it be more appropriate, because I'm going to tell you right now, I look in people's eyes. I observe people. That woman, Javante Cunningham, loved Aaliyah. She did. When she speaks about it, I look in her eyes and she loved Aaliyah and still does love her. And sometimes you can love someone that's deceased and think about their early demise and cry like a baby. You can say, I know he was sleeping with her. And it's a damn shame, but you can also offer false eyewitness accounts. And the only way you're going to get me to believe that you saw what you say you saw is you have to show me. Before those white folks came to you on Lifetime that you made that statement to somebody. This man is fighting for his goddamn life. And that woman who just came on here sat there and tried to dismiss the text messages. Listen to me.
I'm here now. I'm here now.
Okay,
and
let
I
me
didn't
say.
dismiss
Okay, let
anything.
me finish.
I am here now.
Please
I
allow.
didn't
Okay, you
dismiss
fine. Well,
anything.
take a seat, and with all due respect, take a seat. Let me finish. I got to go back to the restaurant, and I will listen to your response. Now, let me say this. One, because I gotta go, is if those text messages, the biggest egregious, atrocious miscarriage of justice that has transpired thus far concerning Robert, is that those attorneys that he had back then were so busy courting terrorists and paying attention to social media that they did not even present those text messages in court. You can never convince me, if he's being charged with sex with the minor, I want y'all to put on your legal thinking caps. Well, did the minor run away from home, and did he find her at a bus station or a bus stop? Or was the minor brought to him? So how in the hell can you adequately represent someone? We're not charging you with her being an adult. We're charging you with her being a minor. So it is absolutely legally prudent for any attorney to say, well, how did she get? This is stolen property. Excuse me. This is stolen property. How did the stolen property fall into possession of Robert Kelly? Somebody brought the stolen property to him, and the person or persons were her parents. So we have to intricately dissect every fucking move, excuse me for swearing, to show how she got there. Now, when we're dealing with law, you got 12 jurors. I don't care who said what or what said who. I can guarantee you, had one of those jurors heard and read and confirmed that the mother was encouraging the man and her to have sex, one of them jurors would have said, you know what, I can't send this man to prison for the rest of his life for that. I cannot do it. But it was never presented in court. Those text messages were never, and I'm going to say this and I'm done. I got to go. Everyone watching that Lifetime docuseries, when they saw Jane Doe number 5's parents, and as I sat and watched it, I was empathetic and sympathetic, and I love Robert. But as I sat and watched that Lifetime docuseries, the first time I looked and even saw an Angelo or his wife, I was sympathetic and said, damn, let me talk to this nigga. Is this true? But I tell y'all this, had they cut and said, had it been a two-sided thing, and they asked Jane Doe number 5's mother, well, we got some text messages here. After all you said, is it true that you said he wants to fuck? Is it true that you told her how to dress? Is it true? Are these your text messages? Is it true you were text messaging R. Kelly under the false pretense that it was your daughter? If that had come out in that docuseries, everybody watching it would have said, turn that motherfucker off. Turn that shit off. We ain't watching this shit.
But they did ask those questions in the trial, and the jury heard it.
Ma'am,
they did ask those questions in the trial.
I'm leaving, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah, you do that.
I'm leaving. I know the text messages were not.
And
the text
I didn't make Aaliyah a victim.
You're not.
Robert
I'm going to say. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again.
I didn't make Aaliyah a victim.
Your
cousin,
ma'am, you're going. So this is what you do, right?
You think made her
by
a victim.
You think when you over?
Levi,
why are you yelling?
Because she's over talking me. Okay.
And then why are you talking about text messages? What about 30 years ago? Text messages 30 years ago.
If you had something of value, you don't have to overtalk me. You will let me hang up, and you would respond. Now I'm gonna say it again. The only way that y'all can defeat Robert is tell goddamn lies. You just set up here and let me. I'm about to listen.
Or a witness.
Excuse me.
Trial.
Would you please mute her so I can finish my point? You can talk all you want. After Angie, could you please mute her? Because I have to say this. You sat here in front of these people and said that the text messages were presented in court, which is a goddamn lie. This man's life is on the line. So why would you sit and lie and say the jury were privy to those goddamn text messages?
They did ask her about text
messages.
No,
I asked you a question. I'm going to say it again. Was the jury privy? Did they read the text messages, yes or no?
They read text messages.
Yes or no? Did they read those text messages, yes or no?
I don't know.
Okay. Text messages don't matter.
You know.
Those text messages don't matter.
You are a hypocrite, a deceiver, and a goddamn liar.
Why do you have to call name call? She's
a hypocrite, a deceiver, and a goddamn liar.
Why do you
have a nice goddamn day? It's my loved one. Listen, you're a goddamn liar. Okay, I said it. Goodbye. I said it, and I meant it. And I meant it. And I meant it. You and those terrorists can go to hell. You and those terrorists can go to hell. Okay, but I tell you what, if whether I'm his cousin or not, you a goddamn hypocrite, lying ass woman. That's a fact. Now you have a nice goddamn night.
She ain't got nothing to see. That shows your level of go eat your dinner, dude. That's so disrespectful and unnecessary. Unnecessary. Everybody got difference of opinions, but it seems like folks want to yell and call people names. That's not even called for. We didn't put him in jail. He's in jail because of his choices. If y'all believe he's free, that's fine. Believe he's free. It is what it is. A text message versus a video, the video with minors is going to override those text messages any day. It is what it is. We didn't put him in jail. My goodness.
You know, and rehashing, the whole thing is rehashing what has already gone to the jury and been decided.
Right.
It's a moot point. It really is.
It is. It ain't even no reason for anybody to argue. Again, if people think he's free, believe that. Why does it have to resort to name calling and yelling and screaming? We all free. He in jail. So what the hell is everybody mad about?
That's what they're mad about. He's in jail.
Pray for him. If you don't believe he did that stuff, that is absolutely fine. Me personally, I don't care if y'all believe he's free. That's fine. Pray for him and keep saying free R. Kelly. The law and the government is still going to do their job. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And we don't have any control over that, and neither do the people that believe he's innocent. So the anger and animosity needs to disappear. It's so childish in high school. What I look like cussing somebody out because they screaming free R. Kelly? Come on now, grow up, people. How old are all these people with attitudes and all that bullshit? That's crazy. I ain't never seen such foolishness.
Real quick.
Okay.
A minute. Untold truth. Listen. The text messages in question, they were not presented in court. Okay. That doesn't mean that it wasn't.
But weren't they on the record? Though?
Yeah, they were on the record. They just
that's what I thought.
No. Take that back. They weren't on the record because they weren't presented in court, meaning that they were only turned in as exculpatory evidence to be used by the defense or not. Once, if they were used by the defense, then at that point in time, it would be on the record, and it would be up to them to do the authentication of those text messages, which would be either by testimony, by some type of forensic analyst, to say, well, these text messages came from that person, whatever. Then we'll get down to the nature and the intent of them, and then we'll get down to the validity of them. So we will get the whole complete story. What J-Bo's argument is that, those text messages were there for use. It could have played in a particular strategy that could have helped R. Kelly, but we would never know now because they weren't used. So the admissibility of them was never decided because the defense never offered them up into evidence and all of that. So they're not on the record. So they're not on the record that will move ahead on as far as to the appeals. So yeah.
Ooh, goodness. It started off peaceful for a second. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And for the record, I can take this level of over talking because it's not that much because I think we can still kind of hear what people are saying, you know.
It's like he just went left. That didn't have to go that way.
But the passion, let me see, is anybody in here? Shit is still okay, somebody done got them. Okay, thank you, 100. Let me see. Let me report. Yo, goddamn.
I can't see on the blocking from the
I only came back to address him because he said that I dismissed the text messages and I could not make Aaliyah a victim. I didn't make Aaliyah a victim. The government and Robert made her a victim. I didn't make her a victim.
Right. We ain't responsible for none of this dang on stuff at all.
And Miss Henny, wherever you Miss Henny, you are more than welcome to come.
You know, I can't tell him why, you know, Aaliyah and Robert lied about being married or why her mama lied for 30 years about them being married. I don't know. He'd have to ask them.
Right.
Miss Henny, just make you sure.
Because there is absolutely no question that they were married.
Right.
Well, let me make sure.
And it don't matter what was said, it's what can be proven.
Exactly.
Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure everybody know on this panel. If I can't tell if y'all, you know, if it's too much, if you've been triggered, whatever. So if you can pop yourself off and I can pop you on or whatever. But I'm not gonna be able to keep a track of all of that and mute people, this, that, and the third. I jump in when I can. I like conversations to play out or what have you. Well, of course, if it gets too crazy or whatever, I could jump in. But other than that, you know, Ms. Henny, you had something to say?
Yes, ma'am. Can you give me just 1 minute? I'm trying to find something.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
A liar and a hypocrite. What have I lied about and what am I a hypocrite about?
Nothing. That's just some people just don't have self-control. It's just ridiculous. There's no need for that.
You've been lying for years talking about you R. Kelly cousin.
Hello. I mean, seriously, if that's your cousin, that's good. You don't have to say it for 3 years straight.
Saturday was doing well. it ain't went off the track yet. I swear, I don't care what I do.
It ain't. You can't. You're not responsible for other people's behavior, and people need to learn that.
No, I'm taking responsibility. Nope. That's why I've set my own parameters in there. If I'm taking responsibility, I set my own parameters in there. So therefore, so let me go. Just in case anybody missed it, the team I joined was Team Kiss My Ass. That's the team I joined. Let me go down. Let me go down was real quick. If I had a personal, not nobody else's problem, I'm not assuming nobody else's problem because that's not what I do. But if I had a personal problem with you within the last 60 days, you can scroll up if you want to. There would be some irrelevant scrolling, but do not hit the link because now nobody else takes on people that they have issues with, takes on people that's disrespecting them, takes on people they have problems with, whatever. Nobody else right here do it. Now I'm joining that team. And I'm not doing it either, right? So if I've had a personal problem with you in the last 60 days, that means personal. That means do not click the link because you will still be sitting there. If I had a personal problem with you since I've had this channel and it was unresolved, do not click the link because you will be sitting there. I'm not dealing with it. Y'all have beaten the nice girl, the understanding girl out of me. So that is my personal problem. Not nobody else's. If I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me. I shouldn't see you nowhere near me. Oh, not over here unless we run across somebody's path wherever we are. And if you speak to me, I'm not speaking. I'm not doing no more cordial shit, whatever, because anytime I've been cordial, that has turned into me. I've been chasing after a nigga that nobody would chase after. So I'm not doing none of that. I'm not being cordial, whatever. I'm mimicking my online life directly after my outside life. I don't fuck with all kinds of people. So I have to just, erase that. I tried it, it failed. I take responsibility for all of it. This channel, the other channel, every goddamn channel, every goddamn thing. I take responsibility for it. I can handle it. And that's what I have to set parameters. And that's how we're going to do it. What's good with it?
Hey. It's
I
a
don't know what
comment
else
I
to
want to
do.
say something to in the chat. Liar said something about why did Angelo and Alice lie. Y'all, Alice and Angelo are not on this panel. Y'all need to ask them. I can't speak for nobody but Melanie, and I can only speak my opinion about this case, just like y'all can. So again, question for Angelo and Alice. I don't know that they did. I don't know that they didn't. Not my business.
Hey, perspective.
We still waiting on Henny. Hen has something to say.
Miss Henny, you straight?
Yeah, I was just trying to clarify. I'm checking over the transcripts, which I'm not finding it, where Demetrius stated that he had sex with Aaliyah. From what I'm rereading it to refresh my memory.
He said that he thought they had been messing around since they met. They were too playful. They were just too playful. The question was asked. Those are his answers. He kept repeating the same thing.
Okay, well, I have the transcripts right here in front of me, and I'm not seeing any.
Okay, that's fine. But it really doesn't matter because he's convicted. So all the testimony, all the transcripts, the trial is over. The trial is over. And he's convicted. So whatever's in the transcript.
But the reason we still have a conversation is because the appeal can still come back up. And because these motions are still being put in. So that's why it's still a conversation. I'm just here to support Henny, though. But hi, everybody.
Hello, perspective.
Thank you for allowing me to come up.
Everything that's in this transcript was heard by the jurors, and they made a decision on everything that you see in the transcripts. They heard everything. So the jurors heard it all. They heard everybody's testimony, and they all came up with the verdict of guilt.
The jurors heard everything, and now we've seen that the jurors were biased from the beginning, and that is why things are in question. And I'm happy that the judge is taking some time to look over these things and reconsider, because we can see it was not a fair trial.
And
can you agree that it wasn't a fair trial?
No, I don't agree.
Disagree, but I mean, I respect your opinion. That's all I can
don't
say.
agree.
You think the trial was fair with all the things that happened? All the information that was held back?
I do think the trial was fair. Yes,
okay.
I do.
Okay, I have to respect your opinion too.
And I respect yours as well.
Okay. Again, Henny, I'm up here to help you out, back you up. So I'm gonna sit back.
I guess we don't have nothing else to say, so and we'll just get off. Thank you, Miss Angie, for allowing us up here.
Oh, anytime, honey, anytime. It's open, unless you fall into those areas where I just say it. Other than that, you're fine. Hey, if I pop you up, then you're good. If I don't, then I'm just gonna be staring at you like, what are you doing? What do you want?
So they just gonna be sitting there.
You're gonna be sitting there. I'm just be looking at you.
Thank you, Miss Angie.
Oh, no problem. You good.
Okay.
Angie, have you ever looked at Nicole Blankbecker's website about, because she used to be the sex prosecutor. There's a lot of good information out there about crimes, and it actually speaks about people lying about their age is not a defense that can be used. That's in writing. It's a bunch of good stuff out there if anybody wants to look at that.
Oh yeah, I went over that before several times.
It's very detailed.
Yeah, if you lie about your age, that's not a defense. But here's the thing, right? Lying about your age,
it can be a defense.
Yeah, it could be a defense, but lying as far as against the law, no. But it can be a defense because it comes under a mistaken of fact, which is, and the sub up under that is a mistake of age, meaning that someone told you that you were one age, told somebody that told them told you they were one age, you was actually younger, and then a defense attorney can use that. But what that does is that does not completely exonerate you. It only mitigates. However,
Right.
when it comes to mitigation, you can be found innocent, and walk, or you can, get a lesser charge, a lesser charge, a lesser time.
Right.
And girl, Melanie got babies. What's good with it, JoJo? What's good with it?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, JoJo.
Oh, well, shout out to the gracious host and the panel. And I just want to give a shout
Hey,
out to
JoJo.
Levi. How y'all doing?
Fine,
Good,
you.
real good. Still learning. I didn't have too much to say. I just wanted to
Okay.
encourage y'all, have a constructive, let's be constructive when we having these conversations. And I want to give a shout out to Levi. I know y'all think he's over the board because y'all think I am sometimes, and that's fine. But I just think sometimes his passion for what he believes in, as well as anybody else that has belief,
My
it's
passion
taking
does not
our
lead
Becomes
me
like a
to
thief in
curse
the evening,
people
because
out.
here it goes.
My
There you
passion
go.
don't lead me to curse people out.
Right. It's fine to be
well,
passionate,
Just
but be
saying
passionate
that's
too
that
with
well.
respect.
I did not
Okay,
dismiss the text
wait a minute, Miss
messages.
Leisure. Can I say anything? With all due respect, Miss Leisure, I heard you curse Henny Hen out the other night.
That's right. That's right. I
When
ain't
did
mean
I
to cut
curse
you off.
her out?
I ain't mean to cut you off, JoJo, but that's exactly what they do. That's the trick they play. They get belligerent, they get disrespectful, and they tell blatant lies. And then when you, first of all, let me say this:
What
cussing up.
blatant lie did I
Excuse me.
tell?
Excuse me.
What
Let me
blatant
respond.
lie
Let me
did
respond.
I
Let me
tell?
respond. Let me respond.
Go
Cussing
ahead.
someone out is not saying you are a deceiver and a hypocrite and a liar. I did throw in goddamn liar, but
What did
no,
you did?
excuse me.
What
You okay?
did I deceive
I
anybody
want you.
about? What
I
did I
want
lie
you.
about?
I'm
And how am I a
I'm going to
hypocrite?
explain it to you.
Do
For
that.
one, okay.
Do that.
For one, if you open up your Bible, that's Jesus' language. He said they're liars and deceivers and hypocrites. Okay, that's for one. For two, you deceived people when you said that the text messages were read in court. Then you said you didn't know. That is not something that you take. You don't make. Listen, I'm going to go further than that. You are a bearer of false witness, which is one of the 10 commandments. You don't listen to me very closely. Ask Angelo Clary. Ask Javante Cunningham. Ask those females accusers, have I ever called them liars and attacked them? I give people the respect. If that's what you say happened, let it bear out in court, for one. But you all don't give my cousin the same respect, just like you sat up here and said you're not R. Kelly's cousin.
You're not.
Okay, stop right there.
You're not.
Stop right there. Let's stop. Stop for a minute. I'll ask you a question, and I'm going to be quiet and listen. What irrefutable proof do you have of that? I'm going to shut up and listen. Go ahead.
What irrefutable proof do you have that you are?
No, you accuse me.
You are
listen,
not.
the burden of proof.
You have never said that you and R. Kelly were not blood related. You've never said that.
Not on. Listen to me, miss. Let me say this.
You never said that.
Listen to me. If you will be quiet and listen for a second.
R. Kelly's brother said you're not his cousin.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Let's be rational here. Let's stop. For one, you're listening to the kind of man that if I say it once, I'll say it twice. You're not dealing with the kind of man that twists and turns and that's full of tricks. I come to people straight up. I came on Levi for Kelly 3 years ago saying R. Kelly's cousin. And in excuse me for swearing, in 3 years, all you all can do is challenge me with lies, rumor, conjecture, and innuendo. Now, no. Hold on. You just did. No, excuse me. Give me 10 seconds. I'm going to be quiet. You came on here and said you are not R. Kelly's cousin. So the burden of proof is not on me. It's on the accuser. Now I'm going to ask you again. What irrefutable proof do you have? So no, excuse me, I didn't finish my question. Now,
Does it matter
let me
if
say,
you his cousin?
no, she brought it up, so it must
But
matter.
does it matter?
No, I'm going to say it again. You damn right it matters, because she accused me of that. And you just accused me of that when you said, Bruce said you're not his cousin.
He did say that.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Am I Bruce's cousin or am I Robert's cousin?
Bruce said you're not his cousin, and you're not his brother's cousins either.
No.
What difference does it matter?
No,
Levi,
because
it doesn't
this
matter
is what
to
y'all
me if
do.
you related to Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan. Who gives a damn?
No, I'm gonna say
Who
it to you
gives a
again.
damn?
Why
What
did
is
you
the
say
point?
it? Because you brought it
Because
up.
I said it. Why are you harping on it?
When I said y'all are
Who
deceivers,
cares?
listen, when I say y'all are deceivers, liars, and hypocrites, let me speak. This is what Satan did in the Garden of Eden. You slide next to people and you whisper in their ears and you say shit, and if the person let it go, then Eve done bit the apple, Adam done bit the apple. You mad
because somebody said R.
Now,
Kelly ain't
first of
your
all,
cousin?
sweetheart,
Who give a damn? That's
sweetheart,
so childish.
let me tell you something, baby girl.
Who give a damn?
I heard,
My name is Melanie, Levi.
Okay,
I'll call you Levi. My name is Melanie.
Well,
Please call me Melanie.
I'm gonna
Thank
call
you.
you Melanie. Melanie.
Thank you, Melanie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Listen.
Thank you, Levi.
I heard JoJo say the other day, he said, my voice is heavy. That's how I talk. He talked about basketball. I have a strong voice. Let me explain something to you, sweet, dear, Melanie. Let me say this to you. There's nothing that you, those terrorists, anyone could ever say to me that would make me angry or upset. This is another trick that y'all use. You can come on here. No, you can come on here in different channels and disrespect, lie, deceive, point fingers, falsely accuse, bear false witness. So when a person becomes passionate in their response, oh, you're angry. Oh, you're angry. No, you don't listen. Intellectually, when it comes to math, let me explain this to you. That's my weakest subject. So when I sit in front of a calculus equation, algebra, I become frustrated because I don't know it. That's not my strong card. But when you talk about people such as yourself, who are intellectually inferior to me, the baby killer, the people y'all follow, people like this woman saying you're not his cousin.
Who is y'all?
I'm saying
you can't
that
generalize and
I'm
say
saying that
y'all.
why do you? Can I finish my point and I'll be quiet? I'll be quiet. Listen. You're not intellectually sound and astute enough to make me frustrated or angry. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you why. I say that.
Damn tape.
Let me tell you why I say it.
You were frustrated and angry. You were yelling. You were
I
screaming.
was talking to Angie and Henny.
No, you were not. No, you were
Miss
not.
Walker.
You were yelling and screaming at me.
Listen, no, I came on to address something you said. All I said was I addressed the points. I'm going to say it again. The most intellectually inferior person is a person who would have to go to a card and say, you're not his cousin, or you have to lie, as opposed to challenging me on what I said.
No.
You feel me, Joe?
I challenge you. I challenge you. You called me a liar. You called me a liar, and I said, no, you're the liar because you've been lying for 3 years saying you're R. Kelly's cousin, and you're not.
Stop right there. Stop.
What I have lied about.
Stop right there. Now, stop right there. Now.
So it had nothing to do with intellect, sweetie.
I'm going to show you where intellect comes in.
It had nothing to do with intellect.
Let me show you
You're
where.
Not going to show me.
See, you want to overtalk me. You want to overtalk me. You can't deal with it. Listen.
Goodbye.
That's what they do. They got to run. Now, let me tell y'all.
Right.
I'm still here.
You know what?
Hey,
you have a
listen.
conversation with a
you cut me off. Okay, that's fine. That's for good. That's what they do, and that's what they did with Jesus. When they came in, the scribes and Pharisees with Jesus, when he would answer their questions, it would be like, goodbye. Listen to me.
I'm still here, Levi.
Well, I got you too. Listen. Here's the deal. I made a statement and called her a deceiver, a liar, and a hypocrite. When asked, how did I lie? I said it right on here. I said, you said that the text messages were played in court. And then she said she tried to get around it. Then I cornered her and said, were those text messages played in court? Then she said, I don't know. Well, if you didn't know, why would you make the statement? If you don't have irrefutable information to refute it, be quiet. If you don't have irrefutable information to refute that Levi is not his cousin, then be quiet. But when you speak,
Levi.
that makes you a liar and a deceiver
That you know that's
and a
interesting
goddamn
because
slanderer.
that's
A
interesting
while
because I was
back, Levi,
going.
you
I'm
said
sorry,
you
Lady
wasn't
Alicia
related to
left
Robert on his mother's side or
prematurely.
his father's side. So whose side of the family are you on of
Oh,
Robert's?
go ahead,
Is it
man.
via
Sweetheart,
marriage? Are you on his mother's side or on his father's
sweetheart,
side?
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna
Because
say
I
it to
heard
you.
you say you
I'm
wasn't
gonna
on
say,
either side before.
okay, well, let me say this to you, since you're so interested. I
I'm
don't
really
sit.
not, but since
Listen,
you trying
well,
to throw
no,
salt at
you
her
brought it
for
up.
her
Let me explain
opinion,
something to you.
okay, go ahead.
I don't allow ignorant people to interrogate me. You're a very ignorant woman. You are. You're
Who's
very
ignorant?
ignorant. You're
Who's
very
ignorant?
ignorant. You're
Okay,
very
that's what you
Wow,
ignorant.
think.
I
wow.
You're
don't
says
subject
the
myself,
grown
but
man that goes
You know
around for
what?
3 years talking about
You
R.
know
Kelly is my
that
cousin.
can I let me say this. You
Whatever.
know what it
Go ahead,
what's your
JoJo.
name? Miss Melanie.
It's Melanie. Yes.
Melanie.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Lady Alicia left prematurely. But he asked her a question. And I'm not
I
defending
heard.
anyone. I'm just going on what I'm hearing. He asked her a question. What irrefutable evidence you have to substantiate your claims? And then see, this is what I be saying about. And y'all get mad at me when I go off.
No.
Y'all, and I'm not gonna say y'all, I'm not putting you in a box with anyone. There are some that play these little yo-yo games.
No.
And she didn't answer the question. She did not answer that question at all. And if anyone is listening, they can contest to that. When he asked her what irrefutable evidence she have to substantiate her argument, which is he's not his cousin. You
JoJo, let me
kind of
say this.
seen
You know
somebody
what?
kind of backpedal. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth here.
Okay, let's tell the
You know,
truth. When anybody asks
people
Levi a
come,
question, he goes around the
people will.
mulberry bush and he don't answer questions. It's all over. There's videos all over YouTube where he doesn't answer questions. He just tells the story.
That's outright another ignorant lie. I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm
This
just
man,
No, it's not an
this man,
ignorant
hold
lie.
on.
You
man.
just
This
I'm
did
going
the
man,
interview on
fine.
this
Tears channel
man.
and you didn't
I
answer
have the
none of their
footage.
questions.
The footage
You
is
didn't
on
answer no
YouTube.
questions.
This is what you do. That's why I said you're ignorant. Because you cannot spar intellectually. Now listen, this man that's on this
I'm
panel,
not on here to
allow me
spar,
to speak.
sweetheart. I'm on here
Well,
hanging out with
okay.
Angie.
Well,
I'm not about to argue with
Whenever you
y'all.
hurl
It is what it is.
accusations,
Your cousin's
that's
in jail.
sparring.
That's a fact.
Okay,
What am I
now
going
he's
to
my
argue with
cousin.
you
Is he
about
my
your
cousin or
opinion?
not? Now you just said my
I
cousin.
don't give a
Wait,
damn
hold
if he
on.
your cousin or if
Hold
anybody
on.
else is your
All right,
cousin. Who
listen.
gives a
Let me
fuck?
say this to you. See
Who
how
gives a
you
fuck?
upset. Listen, the man
I'm
you
not
just
upset,
the
sweetheart.
man that you
Trust
just
me, I'm
said
not
this to,
upset.
the man that you just said this to, this man, JoJo had formed relationships with people that I don't mess with, that I don't like, that I despise. Okay, the first conversation that I had with JoJo on this channel, I was skeptical. Like, what angle is this? See, you say I'm going around the bush because you're not intellectually equipped to listen to a person.
You can hurl all the insults you
Okay,
really
but you
want to.
need to.
I'm
If
just
you
letting you
can't,
know I'm not
if you
listening to you.
listen,
Let me let you talk,
and
because
I
that's what you do is
guarantee you,
talk. Go
I
ahead, honey. Just
guarantee
talk.
you, every man you ever dealt with are guys who talk here and talk crazy. See, you're not. Most women who listen to Levi, they had fathers, they had uncles, they had intelligent people and
And I
men in
have
their
all
lives.
that. You don't
No,
know me,
you're
so
being
whatever.
frustrated. I can already tell you, you're not used
What
to
do I
a
need to be
man
frustrated?
of
I'm
high
sitting here with
intellect.
my granddaughter
Now,
and my
as I
husband
was
listening to your ignorant behind.
you can put him on the phone. I said to him,
He
as
don't
I
want to talk
said
to
it,
your ignorant
that's
bud.
fine.
I don't need
Okay,
my
that's fine.
husband because
As
I'm
I
on
said,
social media.
I was
What's your
skeptical when
the fuck he
Goddamn.
want to talk to you for?
I was skeptical when JoJo came in, and I said, as an intelligent man, whoever he has formed relationships with. Now she's putting the echo on there. This is the tactics they use. See, they
Ain't
put the
nobody
echo.
putting no echo in nothing,
Man,
nigga.
y'all
If you
use
got
every
something to say, then just say.
So,
Shit, you take too long to
what did
say
I
any
do
damn
as an
thing. Just
intelligent
talk.
man? As an intelligent man, I didn't attack JoJo. I've always
If you
observed.
intelligent, you don't have to keep telling people you intelligent.
No. When you dealing with ignorant motherfuckers, you do. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it clearly.
Babe, I'm an ignorant motherfucker. I'm on social media and I'm an ignorant motherfucker. And this funny looking bald headed wanna be R. Kelly cousin nigga talking shit.
Listen, I
He
don't
get on here cussing at women. How
Okay,
dumb
now
is
you
he?
want to put two men against each other, don't you? See, this is
I'm
what
not
you
putting
do.
two men against each other
Well,
because
Oh,
my husband is
listen,
man enough to know social
I
media
would
is social
listen.
media.
If
You ain't putting no
if
money in our pocket or
if
taking none out. Who gives
listen,
a fuck? You
my
and your feelings
grandmother,
about your cousin in
my
jail. He don't give a
grandmother,
fuck, and I don't give a fuck either.
my grandmother, and my mother and the women in my family taught me if you ever deal with a woman that tries to get a man against a man, leave her alone because she ain't no damn good. Now I'm having a
Where am I getting a man
conversation.
against a
You
man?
just
I'm
told
sitting
your
in the same
husband,
room with my
well,
husband.
okay, but
Do you hear
you
him
trying to
saying
get two,
something?
you
He
trying to get
listening
two
to this shit,
men
looking at
against
this
you
screen
trying
like
to
you
get two
stupid
men
because you
against
are.
each other. Now, as I was saying,
Do you hear him getting on here
JoJo
arguing with
asked
you?
me a
No.
question. He asked me, why do you refer to these people as terrorists? And he allowed me to
Because
develop
you
my,
ignorant?
well, that's fine. That's
hold on,
fine.
Melly. Hold on. Let him finish.
Okay. Okay.
Now, if he was an ignorant dude, you calling him. He said, he asked Levi a question, and he allowed Levi all the time he needed to answer it. And when I answered it, I gained respect for him because he didn't do what that woman just did and run away. He said, well, the way you explained it, the way you defined it, I have to agree with you. And as soon as he said that, I'm not bringing up old beefs. One of the terrorists went on social media and attacked this man and his woman because this is all y'all can do. You don't, I'm going to say this. It really saddens me that I have even entertained 95% of y'all because of your lack of intelligence. Your lack of intelligence, your inability to sit and spar intellectually. You have to attack. You have to try to take cheap shots and lie and slander people. I'm used to talking to gentlemen like JoJo. And if I was wrong, he would say, Levi, you're wrong. And if JoJo's wrong, we can respectfully say, no, bro, I don't agree with that. But when it comes to y'all, I hate to think of who raised you, how you live your lives. Because it is nowhere in the world I would say to a person, you're not R. Kelly's cousin, don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. And you're right in this sense. To me, it's never fazed me. It doesn't matter to me. He knows who I am. I love him. He loves me and he trusts me. And I leave it at that. But I would never come on here and try to dignify to a group of ignorant people anything as it relates to my family tree. I could have said it's none of your damn business. Okay? People, you go back to Choke No Joke, he clipped and cut. He clipped and cut it. This is what people have to do to try to debase, defame you, when the truth of the matter is that you, his brother Bruce, no one is in the position to say, Levi, you're not his cousin if you can't tell me his father's goddamn name. You can't tell me that, but I can tell you that, and I'll be quiet and listen.
I don't have nothing to say because I wasn't paying attention to all of that stuff. Okay. It was irrelevant.
You know what that was, and this is going to raise a whole lot of doubt. But that's interesting you said that. I got cousins, I don't know their father's name, real talk, man. This is some weird shit that's going on here, man. But this is no defending anyone. But when we make these statements, and it is based upon what you feel, you start to make an ass out of each other, and that's all I be trying to get and convey over to people. Like I'm so sorry that Lady Alicia had left this panel. I want to ask her some questions, but I mean, some of this stuff is baseless arguments that we have. They really are. But you get drawn into this because, like I spoke before about the passion. You guys have a passion on your conviction, and rightfully so, we do too. So you can't tell Angie, you can't tell Miss Melanie, you can't tell me, you can't tell Levi how he should conduct himself far as the passion that he has. Now, dude, he probably can tone down some of himself because Lord knows I can. But when you engulfed in the moment, that shit happens. And it's no more than the passion that y'all have, which some of your presenters and representatives that does what they do. So what is it when you are faced with an opposition and a resistance that's representing who you're against and they have passion? That's my question to a lot of people. Who are anyone to tell what kind of passion, what kind of tone they should have? Because see, what people try to do, they try to play these mind manipulation games. And it's always been taught, it's the second person that passed the lick that get caught. Because you know that second person that passed that lick, 9 times out of 10, he gonna knock that first person ass smooth the fuck out. And that's what get caught. No one ever sees that first person passing the lick. And I find that awfully interesting. And I'm used to it. That's why I will never let up on my conviction and my belief. You bring it, get ready to receive it. And 9 times out of 10, when you receive it, it's going to be woe is me. And that's the truth of the matter. And I'm going to shut up on that. Nope.
Well, brother Jojo, here's the deal. The only way you can, I always tell people this. One thing I respect about American courts, and I've said in so many, if they really knew my job description and knew my pedigree and knew what I was about, all of them would probably just run off of YouTube. But the one thing I respect about court proceedings in America, even the Congress, the Senate, there's peace and quiet in courts in America. When that judge says bang bang, the honorable such and such you can hear a pin drop, because in order to get down to whether a person's innocent or guilty, or in order to even discern or decide on anything, if it's a civil case, you have to be able to be in an environment that is calm. And once it's calm, what you have is now individuals' intelligence and their intellect sparring. Okay, it's paperwork and it's intellect. I always say this: the class clown. The class clown's whole modus operandi was to create confusion and disturbance, because the class clown that he either lacked the intellect or he was ADHD. Something was going on at home where the class clown was not able to sit down and learn and look at the lessons and learn them. So what does the class clown do? I'm going to be disruptive. But the problem with YouTube, as opposed to when we were raised in school, when we were raised, the class clown got a paddle on his ass and was sent to the office. So the classroom could remain calm and peaceful so people could learn. On YouTube, shit, come on, man. It's just everything goes. People just blurt out lies and attack you and talk about walking over your mama's grave. And they do all of this stuff in a virtual way. So I myself, it is not my environment. Because what you just talked about, the second lick, what you just spoke on, I come from a city and an environment.
What was the first lick? Because I surely missed it. What was the first lick? You come with all this ignorant and you're not intellectual. What was the first lick? Because I don't come on here and argue with nobody. But if you disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you.
Well, the first lick,
sometimes I just don't say nothing.
If you play the tape back, the first lick is when you co-signed that woman who left and said you're not his cousin. That's a lick. So now, what did you say it or not?
Why are you so upset about somebody saying people been telling you that for 3 years?
But you cannot do it. And
you're offended because somebody said somebody's not your cousin.
You know what
if
offended?
I called you a bitch, you should be offensive. If I called you a bitch,
let me tell you. Let me tell you. If I were offended,
I'm gonna go on mute.
Listen,
go ahead and talk because I'm not listening. I'm on mute, Angie.
If I were offended, I'm gonna tell you how a person who was offended would have responded.
You were. That's why you were yelling at her.
Let me tell you how an offended person would have responded. An offended person would have said, well, let me tell you how I'm his cousin. My father and his father was fucking your mother. That's how I'm his cousin. See, that's an offended person. They screwed your mama. They ran a train on your mama. See, that's how offended people talk. What I said was simple. Can you provide me with irrefutable proofs that I'm not? That's an intelligent response. That's not an offended response, but she couldn't, and she ran off of here. But I'll say it again.
I think
You
she left because she got better things to do. And
well, that's
Angie,
your
real talk,
yeah.
I'm probably about to do the same
I
thing. Because
bet you
again,
are.
I came to come show
I
support,
bet you
hang
are.
out with Angie, not
All
to
right.
argue
Thank
because I'm
you,
enjoying
ma'am.
my
Thank you.
Saturday.
No, you
I'll
came in
I'll
when you
be
heard
down on
Levi.
the chat.
See, that's
Levi,
another thing. You're so deceitful.
again,
Frank,
You did
don't
not
nobody
come
care
in.
about you.
You
Go ahead,
came
dude.
in when you
Enjoy
heard
your
Levi
Saturday.
to
Go drink your
co-sign that
Hennessy. Go
woman.
drink your Hennessy.
You understand? To
Angie,
co-sign
do I
that
not
woman.
always come up on your panel?
Well, you waited till Levi
Yes,
was on to
ma'am.
come on.
I've been up here when you've been up here before,
Oh no,
Levi, and I've been on
today,
Larry's panel when you've been
if
on
you go
there.
back on the record,
Who
everybody
are
take the
you?
tape back.
Why do you think you're so
When
special?
she
Why do
saw
you think
Levi
you're
on
so
here,
special?
because I'm very intelligent and I'm handsome as hell. That's why. Is that a good?
Okay, if
Did I
that's what your
respond?
if that's what your mother told you, then stand by
Did I
that. Stand
respond
by that.
properly? Was
Stand
that
by that.
offensive? I'm intelligent and
You're very
handsome as
cute and you're
hell.
very sensitive
Yeah,
about people saying R.
and
Kelly's not your cousin. You're very
no,
cute and sensitive.
sweetheart. Y'all been saying that for 3 years. I laugh at that shit. I laugh at it because there's certain people that are the opposition that confirmed that shit 2.5 years ago. They laugh at y'all. So I ain't thinking
Who
about that,
cares?
man. Okay, fine. So I'm about to go back in here and eat. Y'all, hey, listen, Angie, my whole dinner's ruined.
Okay, I know
But
it is.
hey, I'm gonna have my earpiece in listening though. All right.
Okay.
All
All
right, you
right,
guys
Levi,
have a
that's
nice
fine.
night. Have a nice evening. Bye bye, you guys. Bye bye.
All right. All right.
Wow.
Oh,
Lord
y'all
have
so
mercy.
damn crazy. And I can take this level of you know, this is calm to me. I've been through war. I mean, even before this, I mean, I've been through war zones, honey. This is calm to me. Calming.
It's crazy. It
Oh
should
man.
just be chill. It's social media. I'm not about to come up here to prove how many degrees, how many big words I can throw around. My office hours is 7 a.m. to 5:30. On the weekend, I'm chilling. Period. Somebody say somebody ain't my cousin. Who cares? If you know that's your cousin, that's your cousin. That's the end of it. I ain't got to tell nobody 50, 11 times that's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's so childish. That's just my opinion. You disagree? Okay, that's fine. Next. The anger ain't even about is his cousin. It's what people are saying about his cousin. And that's fine. I understand he's passionate about his family, but okay. Pick and choose your battles wisely. There's never a reason to sit up there and call people names at all. And that stuff rolls right off. I know who I am and whose I ain't. And the slide in that slick, what'd he say? They ran a train on my mama. Oh, okay. Okay. That was a slick comment, but did I take offense to that? Nope. And my mother's been deceased for 26 years. I don't take offense to what people say.
I think
That
he was
shit don't
using that
matter.
as I don't think he was
Example.
being slick toward. Yeah, example. You know, I think that's
Yeah.
what. Because I mean, you know what? Because I think he was trying. It was a play off what a lot of people do around here. Fuck your mama, fuck your dead mama, fuck all them everybody mama, and then the next line of fuck yous is the dog, the cats, and all the rest of the animals. You know.
Right. I don't understand why any conversation always just immediately turns to that because you don't like what somebody says. That's called you have lack of self-control. I don't agree with. I don't heard a whole bunch of stuff. Miss Henny was saying a bunch of stuff I didn't agree with, but I'm not mad at her. I wouldn't if she was still up here. I'm not gonna go back and forth and yell at her. I'm gonna listen to her. I disagree, and that's fine. Just like who was that? Indy came up there. She was saying whatever in the comments. She came up. I didn't agree with her. She didn't agree with me. We never did this. We never did exchange. Calling each other names or raise our voice. There's never no need for that.
Look, can I ask you a
Right.
question?
Right.
Yes, you can. Go ahead, JoJo.
By all due respect, have anyone that agreed upon your ideologies on your belief system, have you disagreed with them?
What do you mean?
Like
Have
anyone
I
that's
agreed?
supporting what you believe in, have you ever disagreed with everything they said, far as how they believe a certain matter that you believe in, far as what they're conveying over and what they're saying? Have you ever disagreed
I
with them?
don't agree with everybody about everything, and I don't disagree. It just depends. If I agree with you, then I'm going to let you know. If I disagree with you, I can say that, and I'm not going to be angry about that. I've
No,
always
I just
exhibited that
I just
because
was asking that
that's who
question.
I am as a person.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just saying. Like, I mean, for example, everything that's being said about you, some stuff I may agree with, some stuff I don't. People out here mad at Angie and like, don't go to her channel and this and that or whatever. I don't agree with that. I'm not a crowd follower. I'm not on anybody's team. I'm an independent person. I go where I choose, and I don't let people tell me something about the next person to disengage me from interacting with them. I'm my own person. On this YouTube street, a lot of people are followers and they follow the crowd. If one person mad at one person, then everybody's mad at that person because that person's mad at them. All that shit is bullshit and childish to
Well,
me.
you know, I respect you. I respect you for that answer. That was a very honest answer. I feel that's why I
It's
just
just,
asked you that.
yeah. I'm
And
not
it's apparent.
Airbnb.
It's
That's
apparent
crazy.
that you don't. Well, it's apparent that you
Yeah.
don't just listen to everything people says because I don't think you be
No, I
right here
don't.
now. That's just my honest opinion.
And
No.
you
And
know,
none
and
of
my
us
whole
should.
and you know what, and that and just when we be talking, when I be telling you that I like to deal with people that I have similarities with versus a whole bunch of differences, and that's how I think. I've never been a follower. And I'm my only child. I've never been a follower. You can't tell me shit, and I just go
Right.
do it just because. And if my best friend is mad at somebody, I'm not gonna be mad at that person because they mad at them. I'm not gonna, of course, let you jump them and beat them down and whatever, you know. But
Right.
I'm just if my best friend is wrong, I'm gonna tell him
Right.
100%. Like you wrong. You know, if
And,
that's what I feel, you know, I'm not gonna just, I've never been a coming to America type motherfucker. Whatever you like. You mad? I'm mad
right.
too. Whatever. That's
I've
crazy.
always
I
told my kids
like
that
that.
too. I'm a fan of the underdog. The person that people are talking about and just dogging out just for nothing, okay, they shoes look dirty and this and that or whatever. Unless you've been disrespectful to me, I'm not going to ride with that crowd or whatever. I'm going to talk to you because I see you sitting over here by yourself. You
Right.
should not be
Right.
sitting up there just judging people like that. Everybody needs somebody and everybody got issues. I
Right. And
don't
do you
fool with
know
people that's disrespectful.
in school, I was the one of the only ones out of the popular crowd that would allow the nerds to sit with me and stuff like that.
Me too,
I mean, we
Angie.
very cliquish. Yeah, we very cliquish here. You know, I tell you, we
Me
broken up
too.
into somebodies and the nobodies. Okay, that's just
Yeah.
how it is in this town. And
I've never
Well,
liked
I
that
would let the
stuff.
that's
nerds
crazy.
come
That's
around,
strange because I
whatever.
think I told you that same story before with me. But go ahead.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, so I don't. I don't get into all of that crazy shit because I mean, child. Like, okay,
Right.
like you do know I have a whole nother channel. Like, what
And if
the
somebody in
hell?
a
So
relationship
it's
and
like,
they
oh,
spouse ain't the
honey,
best, what I look like getting involved in that? They gonna make up and be fucking, and you gonna be looking stupid. Stay out of people's business. Grown folks gotta handle their own shit.
and it got nothing to
We
do
can't.
with you. Nobody asked you
Right.
for your advice. Like,
Right.
what the fuck? As if
Right.
like I'm gonna listen to some strangers on YouTube who apparently ain't got shit. Huh? I mean, shit. They're together. Them motherfucking selves to be in here all crazy in somebody else's business. That's crazy.
Right.
I'm just I be like, okay. That's how I get, I get to know. I ask questions, I ask specific pinpointed questions just to see who people are. I'm just okay. All right, I got to figure it out. I see. I can tell somebody full of shit. I don't want to deal with no full of shit ass people anyway. So not coming here,
Right.
you're doing me a fucking favor. You are taking the steps of evacuating your own ass, so I won't have to do the unpleasant job of doing it my fucking self.
Right.
I'm a lawyer.
Exactly.
I set
Life
you
is
up so
just
you
too
can do
short.
what I need you to do without me even doing it. I ain't got to tell you to scope. You can get the fuck on your own goddamn self by just your behavior. What the hell you gonna say? A lot of these motherfuckers like to clown and act the fool, do this, say this, whatever, and come back and hey, Miss
Right.
Angie, bitch. No, that ain't working no more. Put your ass on. No,
And
you.
then you watch how
Look
people
like they
move, you
try.
can
Look
see
like
how they
somebody
are.
trying to spam you. They trying to
I
spam you.
I
Look
see it.
see
I
it.
like I
can't
don't
get it
know.
from this
Yeah.
phone.
I got it. I got it. That's crazy. Like I mean,
There's
if you
so
don't
many
like me, you
topics that
damn
we
sure we
could
don't
talk
like
about.
your ass either.
Right.
No, you.
And you're right. I agree with that. There's a whole lot of topics we could talk about because
Yeah. I'm like, a lot of us
this
disagree
R.
about R.
Kelly
Kelly, but we
situation,
can. Yeah. It's
and
it's
see, I don't deal
passionate
with it
and it's
like that on that
messy.
aspect with R. Kelly because I look at him as Rob. So, but it gets a lot of people emotionally drawn in, and like I said, their beliefs is their beliefs. But
Right.
to contest to what they're saying, you can't just throw a rock and hide your hand. And like I said, the second person is always the one that get caught. Always. I've seen it so many times play out. The one
I
that
know that
gives the
somebody
second
get that
fall is the
time.
one that they gonna give the technical foul to.
Man.
That's in the sports arena. I mean, you never see that cheap shot that he push you under your neck, or he tried to step on your ankle in a
Mm-hmm.
basketball analogy. You never see that because that's cheap, slick shit. But when you turn around and bow his ass in his forehead, oh, did you see
They
that?
going back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Woo! Like,
Yeah, I
damn.
used to. Now
Yeah,
look,
you
I
see
did yell when my daughter was playing basketball, and that would happen to her. I'm like, now you didn't just see what that girl did to her. My
Yeah.
husband used to have to hold me back from
exactly.
wanting to get on that court.
Yeah. Okay. You like, honey, you be like,
Yeah, and
oh my
that's a lot of I evaluated. That's a lot of things I see go on here, but I understand it. I do understand it, but it's all good, man. Shit.
Yeah.
And to add and expound on what you said, there's a lot of things we could be talking about.
Yeah.
A lot of different subject and topics you can have a
It's a lot that
conversation
goes on
about,
in the
and
world. It's a
it'd
lot
be
of
entertaining.
relationships and just self control, just anything entertaining and fun. I'm like, social media for
Right.
me is fun. If I'm like, this is a lazy Saturday. I'm not out and about. I was out and about yesterday. I'm just chilling. Seeing Angie was live. I'm like, let me go pop in and holler at my girl for a second. Everybody run around here playing with my grandbaby. We just
Well,
chilling.
yeah, we do a battle of the
that cute
sexes around
grandbaby.
here, but
Oh, that cute baby.
y'all like to talk down on these men. We can do a battle of the sexes.
Yeah, that
Oh,
would be it.
man,
Or Venus
please.
versus Mars. I mean, it is good. It's a lot of
Yeah,
different topics we
yeah,
can
you
have
can
A
fun
title
with.
it
lot of
however you
stuff.
want. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's just one thing, and it's interesting you brought that up. But yeah, but
People just gotta come
this
to agreement like,
situation,
okay, don't like me because I don't believe R. Kelly's not guilty. That's fine. I mean, you can't just automatically not like somebody for their opinion because there are a lot of
Oh,
R. Kelly supporters that I do like and like how they move or whatever. It's crazy. Folks will judge you just by whatever. I'm like, judge me because I got a
yeah,
whole life
like, you
outside of
are
this.
nuts. Yeah. It's like, it's
I
not
got a
that
whole
serious.
damn
Like,
life.
get
Right.
over it. So
I
let
I'm
me
need
gonna
to
go
repeat
put
do
this
whatever and
it's a
might
again.
not
lot
get back
of
on YouTube for 3 or 4
energy
more
pushed
days or
into it.
something. Yeah,
Let
it
me
is.
repeat this. Hold on for a minute. Let me repeat this for the people that's coming in. So, upcoming, I'm trying to make sure I stay on track because I got 2 channels
Somebody
going.
said
So,
what I can't my eyes. What you said? We'll kick y'all ass.
Jojo, I'm talking.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Jojo,
reading the comment. It was funny. That
well,
was
stop
funny.
reading
Go
out
ahead.
loud. Come on. All right.
Uh,
So on this one, I'm on this channel. Once Judge Ann respond, so that next live for that one after she responds should be Judge Ann versus the Court of Appeals, right? Because we want to see if whatever she turned down, so most likely she will. I mean, I don't know, but just saying she's probably not going to reverse herself. Then we're gonna see what she said. Could that be brought up? Does J-Bo have a shot at, a realistic shot in the Court of Appeals? Then somebody requested we look at Chicago. We should, start looking at Chicago now, so we should be up to speed. And let's see. And then I don't know. I'm probably gonna do it on here, but it's gonna probably be in a closed type situation, whether we're going to talk about how even after the Court of Appeals, to we're gonna be back to Judge Ann because R. Kelly will have another shot after after this post-conviction motion, after the appeals are filed at a higher court, he's going to have another shot at Judge Ann, and I'm going to tell you how and why. And how that's going to be done is I've already talked about a little bit earlier, but I'll go into that. So we ain't done with
That's
Judge
going to be
Ann.
interesting. Right.
Yeah,
That's going to be interesting.
We ain't done it. And with this particular shot, this last shot with Judge Ann, R. Kelly, his defense team or himself, depending on however it gets filed, he will be allowed to introduce evidence that was inadmissible. And that's including hearsay and some other stuff. So we'll get into that. Yes, sir, Mr. Levi.
Yeah, I just said we just got everything to go. I said get some to go plates. Listen, for one,
Mm-hmm.
I want to apologize to you, Miss Walker, that that I came on irate, and I want to explain it. I came on irate because right now this man is marching towards the gallows. Okay, and I know that his whole situation was a web of deceit and.
Hello?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. What I was saying is that I apologize for coming on irate, but it gets to a point, where you get to a point where, I've been doing a lot of very, very, which I call penitentiary speech. Me, Levi. I refer to it as penitentiary speeches because I come from a place where when people say things and attack you that don't even know you, in my city, in my environment, one person normally ends up dead and the other person normally ends up going to the penitentiary. So I've always taught my niggas like, yo, when we go out, we never did the mean mugging, the eye screws, the lip wrestling. I just come from that place. And I'm going to tell you, growing up in my city on the west side of Detroit, we didn't lose one because of our circle. I didn't allow disruptive people who, no one could ever say that Levi, his niggas ever stomped a dude out. I would never allow that. If a dude had a problem with a dude and he was with me, no, y'all shoot him a fair one. It's none of that stomp a guy out. And that occurs in Detroit, but we never did it. So you get kind of fed up, okay, when you continue to hear the lies perpetuated. You get to a point where it's like this man is marching towards the hangsman noose, and they're still lying. To the young lady,
Exactly.
Melanie, I, as a man, apologize when I gave the example about his father. After I wasn't talking about you. I was saying this is the kind of environment where if I were a disrespectful man, or if I've never carried myself like that. See, that kind of talk in public. If a nigga say, "Hey, how's he your cousin?" Somebody walk up to me. When I say that to them, well, I'm gonna tell you how. My father and his father fuck your mom. We ready for anything and everything. That's penitentiary speech. That's when you make that statement, you already know it's go time, nigga. So what I'm saying is that I never carried myself like that. However, what I have always resented in this, listen, as God is my witness, if anyone can show me why I've been inconsistent as it pertains to this whole fight for Robert, please show it to me. I've always been consistent. I was the first person that went over to Team Truth and did the debates. No one ever can say that Levi subscribes to groupthink. I got so much flack, but I said, I'm going over here. I'm a leader. That's my mentality. Now, this is the problem I have. It's the throwing of the stones and hiding your hand. The young lady, Melanie, just said, I don't subscribe to groupthink. I don't go with what people say. But if you take this back 25 minutes, when the woman said, you're not his cousin, you said you're not.
Levi,
See,
let me say something real quick and I'm gonna let you finish. It's short. When I ran across your YouTube channel before, I ran across a lot of people's YouTube channels, and I just did not believe that. And you know why? I'm gonna tell you why I just don't believe it. And it don't matter what I believe, because if you know who you are and whose you are, nothing somebody says should matter. If I just feel like anybody that got to keep repeating the same thing over and over, and that's in regular life period outside of YouTube, I, I feel like you trying to impress somebody, you trying to get clout, whatever. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. If that's your cousin and you know that, you know that. So fuck what anybody says. That's just how I was raised. Again, I raised my kids the same. If you know who you are and whose you are, fuck what somebody else think about you. It ain't none of my business what nobody thinks about me. I don't give a damn, because I know who I am, regardless if you do or not. That's just it, bottom line. You don't have to keep saying that's your cousin, but if that's what you do, that's your choice. It ain't bothering me one bit or another. But that's what I said. It ain't because everybody else said it. I just didn't believe it because of how you keep throwing it out there.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
Okay, let me respond. For one, if you go back to my original YouTube, first time I came on YouTube, Robert was free. I had just spoken to Robert, for one. But what you just said, your statement just now crossed out what you were trying. You made a double statement, and that is this. If Jay-Z is facing life in prison, and Jay-Z, his cousin, comes on YouTube to defend him, and Jay-Z, every time his cousin speaks, he refers to his cousin as my cousin, why would I get offended if he speaks of his cousin in the way, instead of saying Sean, instead of saying Hove, instead of saying Jay-Z, he says my cousin, for one. For two, even when you say I came on for clout, you have to be able to back that up. Listen, or you should back it up by saying this. You came straight into YouTube, going live every day. You put up a cash app. You was trying to get clout. A person who tries to get clout comes on YouTube every day. They put up cash. I didn't even come up with a cash app, to be honest with you, until I was starting to build my studio. And then once I built it, I put it up. But no one can say that Levi came on the scene. I didn't go live for 2 years plus of the 3 years plus I've been on YouTube. I didn't even do a live. But perhaps you, in your mind, said why he keeps saying he's his cousin, because perhaps that's your thinking, that Levi came on for clout, or Levi expects something from Rob, our association, our relationship. But anyone that knows Levi will tell you Levi never, ever gave a damn about Robert's celebrity. Levi has never went around. I've dated women and they didn't find out I was related to Rob till he came to town. They said, well, that's your what? And I would take them with me to meet him. But that's not my calling card, sweetheart. Listen, I was a celebrity in my city, 90, 88, 89. Listen, that's never been my thing. I want you to just do me a favor. Go to my page if you choose to. It's up to you. And look at when I first came on, and then look at how many videos I have produced since I've come on. I've been on here for 3.5 years. You're going to see maybe 300 and some videos. You got people that's been on YouTube a year and got more videos on YouTube than I do. It's never been a thing with clout, but that's childish to me for anyone to be. Well, the reason why I don't believe you his cousin, because you said you was his cousin and you repeat it when you refer to him as my cousin. Now, I'll say this, though. One thing that I will say is that the top people who matter, who have influence in Robert's cases, the media, those who are at the hierarchy of academia when it comes to law, I can name a name right now, which I would never do, of one of the most wealthiest, pristine attorneys in this world, not just in the nation. So when I spoke to him about Robert, the first thing that caught his attention was, this is R. Kelly's cousin speaking to me. Yes, when it comes to this fight, it does assist me in opening up doors. So they'll be able to distinguish and say, well, he's not no YouTube blogger. He knows the man personally. He loves him. Yes, if that's the problem, then that's the problem. But I could never in my life ever imagine saying that's not Jay-Z's cousin because he says cousin too much. That is clout chasing. That is a social media childish mentality to get upset with a person for saying that, for referring to their cousin as their cousin. I don't know too many people who wouldn't say, if that's their brother that's being falsely accused, that's my brother, that's my sister, that's my cousin. Yeah, when they speak, well, my cousin is not that kind of person. That to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, that is one of the most asinine, with all due respect. When a person can say to you, I never believed you were his cousin because you says you his cousin too much. That is, do you understand how insane that sounds? That sounds crazy. And this
To
is what
you, but when you have people in
to
the
anyone-
world that act like that too, again, that's my opinion. It shouldn't matter to you one way or another. It doesn't matter to me if he is or not or whatever. But people in the everyday world act like that when they talk a lot, telling a bunch of stories and this and that. A lot. 9 times out of 10, they trying to be too relevant, and it just don't come off, genuine. That's how I felt. Again, I don't know you, you don't know me. Like I said, if you know that's your family, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. So you don't even have to explain. You don't even have to keep explaining to the people because it should not matter. If you know, then you know. That should be it, and that should be all.
But it does matter to you because you said you made an observation and an assessment of a man you didn't know.
But am I talking about it every day over and over?
Sweetheart, listen, when I come on YouTube, first of all, I haven't been on here in almost 2 weeks, okay? This is the mischaracterization what y'all do, and I really resent it. This is why I say you're liars and deceivers. Now, you just said it didn't matter to you, but you gave a reason that confirms in the mind of a logically thinking person will say it must have mattered to you because you formed an opinion about this man because he came on YouTube and said he was Rob's cousin. So if it didn't matter to you, you never would have formed an opinion about me. You would have said, hey, I don't care. See, but you did care. And I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to go a step further. When you form an opinion about someone like that, what you're doing is calling that person, what you just said, a clout chaser and a liar. So when you can label a person a clout chaser and a liar, that means now I don't like that individual.
Okay, let me say something real quick, Levi. You have a friend that goes on your channel. She goes around calling me a pedophile. Do anybody hear me addressing that or talking about it all the time? I don't give a damn. She can say what she want to say. People are going to say all kind of shit about you. Are you going to be offended by everything somebody says about you? Again, if you know what it is, then you know. That's all that matters. You don't have to give an Easter speech, a whatever speech, and keep talking about it. Fuck what anybody think about you. Real talk. You don't have to keep elaborating and trying to explain yourself and prove like you got a point to prove. You don't got to prove shit to me. I don't know you and you don't know me. And I don't have to prove shit to you. That's all I'm saying. It ain't that serious. I don't give a fuck. When I log off of YouTube, again, I have a whole life outside of here, and I'm pretty sure you do too. So why do you give a fuck about a bunch of people on YouTube that you don't even know and that don't know you? Who gives a fuck? Save yourself some energy and heartache and say, fuck it. Who gives a fuck? 2 tears in the bucket, fuck it.
Listen.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, anybody that watches my channel, everybody comments and says I'm the most humorous person that I am a humorous. Rob is very humorous, okay? Listen to me. If you look at all my video, I don't even address that. This is another problem I have with y'all. This is another problem I have. You're having a conversation about subjects with a person, like I was just doing. I came on here, going to to the place to eat. And I said, let me address this. And I came on and addressed the subject of Aaliyah, the subject of the text messages. And I pointed out how the woman who had talked about it was not only in error, but she was defaming and deceitful. Okay? Now, then she blurts out, and you're not his cousin. So then when I respond to that, now I talk about it all the time. It is an issue. It's never been an issue with me. Never been an issue with me. If you look at my I don't be talking about that. I'm talking about the case. When I went over to Larry's, I said, let's come over and discuss the case. Let's read the transcript. Let's get down to it. But what did I incur? People, all the terrorists came in there. You're not his cousin. You're not like, yo, how can you get to the intelligent discussion if you, not you, but I have to say you because you did it today. If the intelligent conversation is being circumvented by childish stuff. And I think, as I apologize to you for even offering that analogy about the father or the mother, I think it would be speak to your character if you were to say, I never should have said and piggyback and jumped on the group think stuff with that woman and said you're not his cousin if I didn't have proof of that. That's a respectful.
And Levi, I
that's
just
respectful.
told you that I'm not following the crowd. I gave you my opinion. I said that because that's how I felt. Apologize to you for what? You don't owe me an apology because I didn't care what you said. And I still don't. And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. That's just me. You got to pick and choose your battles. Some shit just ain't worth it. This ain't worth it. You don't have anything to prove to me. I don't know you. If I gave a fuck about you and you said something to hurt my feelings, that's different. I don't know you. And you don't know me. Fuck it. Talk about something else. What you gonna get to eat? Do you understand why people keep saying you just be talking and talking? Nobody gives a fuck.
Listen to me, sweetheart. Listen to me, sweetheart. For one, the woman you said it, come on, I don't know who you're talking about, but you said she called you a pedophile. If you and her were engaged in a heated conversation and I jumped in and said you are a pedophile, I'm man enough to come back and say I shouldn't have said that because I have no proof of pedophilia concerning you. But this is what y'all do. You'll knock a person's goddamn windows out and then say you shouldn't worry about it.
How old are you? People say a lot of shit they shouldn't say. Are you going to harp on that for the rest of your... I'd be stressed the fuck out if I gave a damn about everything somebody said.
How am I? Listen,
seriously.
Are you going to talk about your windows being knocked out all day? But you shouldn't have thrown the stone and knocked the damn window out. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'll end it by saying this, that lies, conjecture, innuendo, slander, rumor is what got Robert into this. Everybody lies. We've all have told lies. But if you really ask yourself, how many times have you slandered a person? The Bible speaks of lies. Let me address something else also, and I'm gone. I ain't going to go down that road. I got to say this. It's funny to me when you say what you just said. Do you see why people say you go around to this, that, and the third? Sweetheart, do you think I can sit and talk to the producers at CNN, MSNBC, some of the top legal minds of America, and they never tell me that I beat around the bush or go around the tree? That is another one of the most insane statements that I've ever heard. When you have someone who thoroughly explains in a definitive way, and a person says, well, you go around the bush and this, that, and the third, and everyone who's intelligent understands Sweetheart, do you think that I can go live right now and get almost 400 people if I was the kind of person that just rambles and talks crazy?
I just think you need to relax. You put too much energy on a lot of stuff or whatever. Just relax and have fun. You always explaining and telling the story, and it's not that serious. And my attention span ain't that long. Seriously,
you made me knock my goddamn phone off when you said knock niggas windows out.
Right?
Chill, have fun. It's
you
not
talking
that
about
serious.
it. What you knock the motherfuckers out for? I mean, you should have knocked them out. Then listen. I'll say it again. This man on this channel a couple of weeks ago, I'm riding down the street and he mentioned John Brown. And he said, y'all know what John Brown is? And nobody knew. Listen. Then Angie moved to another subject, and JoJo said, "Oh, hold on, we got to back the hell up. Are you telling me nobody knows John?" And I said to myself, I said, that right there is proof, to be honest with you, that I've never should have entertained these people on YouTube.
Right.
You shouldn't have.
And I mean that from the bottom. That's no offense. That's no offense. I'm not singling nobody out. There's no offense to nobody. When that time, I could take you to the street that I was on and the cross street I was on, and I can say that's when I had an epiphany right there in that spot that I've never should have entertained these people on YouTube. Because if you don't know who John Brown is, what the hell am I doing sitting up talking to you folks?
What's so crazy? What's so crazy? Some of them wouldn't even be sitting here. Some of them wouldn't even be sitting here.
Exactly.
That's some crazy shit, man.
Why you didn't go to the pot, Ariana?
Oh my God, that's crazy, man.
Hey, JoJo, but they love Joe Biden.
Yeah,
they love
right.
Bill Clinton. They know them.
Right.
But the man who gave his life and his children's lives for black, I'm about to get off of here. I won't ask JoJo a question, then I'm gone. And
Harper's Ferry, man.
That's right. But tell the people, JoJo, tell the people who turned them in. Please tell them who betrayed them.
We looking at all of ourselves. It was a brother that did that shit, man. It's crazy. Our own kind did it. No, this real shit. It's real shit.
A nigga that ratted on him.
Yeah. Wow. And this is a white man that gave his children for the betterment of what we call Negroes and niggas and shit. He's seen the injustice that was being done.
That's right.
You know, it's crazy, man. You know, they say this, that famous quote, Harriet Tubman said, I would have freed a lot more only if they knew they were slaves. And I ain't forgetting that. See, they hate when I get into those kind of conversations. And they always, here you go. So I'm going to leave the shit alone, man. You got it, man. You got it.
Hey, but check this out, Joe. I'm going to tell you how they do the mind control that you talk about. Every year or two, they come out with a slave movie. Harriet Tubman, this one, that one, this one, that. When they gonna come out with a movie on John Brown?
They ain't gonna do it. They gave some rinky-dink ass. They gave a rinky-dink ass documentary. It didn't even give you the full details on how it was put together and how he did it. You know,
that's right.
They marched that man's body all the way back to Harper's Ferry. Yeah,
that man was a human being.
Body. Yeah.
He was a human being.
They don't want to hear them kind of conversation, man. They want to hear, give him 100 years. Yes, lock him up, kill him, throw away the key.
Good job. You did it.
That's right. That's right.
You knew what you door, didn't you? Good job.
John Brown was such a human being. I refer to him as a human being.
Now you want to do one more thing?
John Brown was such a human being. Check this out. In the psyche, I'm gonna get off of here, but see, my babies, this is who I teach them about. And this John Brown exposed the American white liberal is what he did. This is deep right here. As an abolitionist, those white people who went with him to free black people, check this out, to get into their psyche. They risked their lives with John Brown to free black human beings. But once they got back to the North, their safe haven, do you know that all of them would not sit and eat with black people? And John Brown went in there one day and gave a speech and said, how the hell you gonna risk your life with me to free these people? But once we get them back up here, you don't want to sit down and eat with them? See, that is a monumental mental exercise for white people that challenges their liberalism. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
You feel me? Yeah,
exactly.
That's deep.
Exactly.
I'm gone, bro. But I'm gone, and I say this. I'm out of here, man. She said get some Hennessy. I'm about to go get some.
Enjoy.
Oh, this Karen.
Yeah. That mean you going live tonight, huh?
No, I got Joe. You about to see what I'm doing, bro.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah,
I'm just
busy.
messing with you. I
Yes,
got you.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
indeed.
But once
Yes, indeed.
again, I'll say it again. Salute to you, brother. No two men will ever disagree. I mean, agree on everything. No two women. People are not going to agree on everything. But at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
I respect your intelligence. I really do.
Absolutely.
Be-
Likewise.
because
Likewise.
yes, sir. I
Likewise.
respect that, bro. And you welcome on my channel anytime. I already told Angie that. And see what I just said to you right here might start a whole YouTube war.
Oh, it's
I
finna
can't
be
come
the
on your
shit.
channel, Levi. I can't get
It's
on your
finna be the
channel.
shit, man.
Dear,
You know, you and Angie keep me in shit, man. Y'all keep me in shit.
Melanie, you know you're always welcome. I don't count you amongst the terrorists. I don't.
Thank you.
I don't count you
Thank
amongst the terrorists. I don't. And you're always welcome. But I just
Why,
urge
thank you.
all of us, even me, I can learn from you. I can learn from anyone. But in order for us to learn, it has to be civil discussion and civil discourse. We have to talk. Let's talk, but let's do it in a civilized way. That's all I advocate for.
Right.
But these niggas will take you back to 88. They'll take you back in the streets. When niggas,
Nope.
hey, when niggas was grabbing them things, hey, we let them things talk back then.
Hey,
Now
what?
what?
Hey, what? Rob say? Hey, word, cuz got that thing here.
Got that thing. That's the truth. They'll take
Levi,
you
you got to
back.
remember too, some people don't have nothing to lose, and them acting a fool, that's just them. You can't argue with somebody that ain't on your level. You just gotta sometimes you just gotta let people be. Forget them.
Yeah, that's what I
Unbutton
try
that
to
top
do.
button and just relax.
That you ain't lying about that. I had to. That's why, man. I came off YouTube for like 2 months one time because it. Listen, this is a virtual world we're looking at. Okay, and I've
Mm-hmm.
said it to niggas. These phones, these computer screens shoot images.
Yeah.
I come from a place where niggas, nah, they shoot images. I'm leaving it at that. All these devices shoot images. That's all they shoot.
Right.
And I'm gonna leave it at that. No threats to nobody. But I'll say it again. Don't ever forget, y'all, that so many people have lost their lives over this virtual world. So many nameless and faceless people have seen people out and some stuff. It's people. I would love to see somebody do a documentary on those who are sitting.
Wait, Levi, somebody said get that lady out that parking lot. Wait, you got somebody waiting with some to-go boxes?
We drove separately. We met here.
I
drove
hope
separately.
so, because I'll be mad as hell.
You know, under the go boxes cussing and stuff, baby. I'll be like, you too?
Hey, y'all. Hey, Miss Melly. Listen, she know better to say something back to me. She'll be somewhere in a room and can't eat for about 5 or 6 days. I lock her in.
I'll pull off and my husband know it. I'm like, tell your homie to bring it home.
I lock her in the room for about 4 or 5 days and I'll make her relieve herself in a bucket for 5 or 6 days. She know how we get down, me and Rob. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I do. I love y'all, and I apologize for coming on here irate because I don't disrespect people's channel like that. But it just sometimes get to a point where the lies just reach like, dang, for the love of God, if Aaliyah said he didn't do it, if her mama said he didn't do it, if Aaliyah never told no one he did it. Am I saying Javante's lying? No. I just put up an intelligent argument. Where can we find Javante's statement? I've spoken to that woman. I would never disrespect her. Where can we find that statement prior to the Lifetime docuseries? That's all I want to know. Show it to me. And I'll say, okay, you did say that back in 2008, back in 2002. You did say that. But if you didn't say it then, it's just questionable. Why are you saying it once the docuseries? Right. And the last question is, would she have even been included in the docuseries if she didn't say it?
Absolutely.
All right, brother. All right, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all have a wonderful evening. Be safe. Be safe. Peace.
Bye.
Oh man. Oh
yes, indeed.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny. JoJo with all that fight the power stuff, and he knows my
She say fight the power.
My pedigree situation, my DNA. so I don't know. I don't know nothing about no fight the power. Whatever. Like what, honey? But listen. Listen, on the margin, I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write a check, hope it march to wherever you need to fight the power. How much it costs?
Yeah, you
What
just
did
a
your
yeah,
next
you just a
birthday?
donor. You just a donor and
I'm a
shit.
donor. I checked the box, baby, because I don't know nothing about what, baby.
Yes, indeed.
It's so
Yes,
crazy.
indeed.
It's so crazy. But and not people benefit a lot. Black people benefit a lot by going to what they call the HBCUs. They
Yeah,
benefit a
Yeah.
lot by going
HBCU.
there because they learn a whole bunch of stuff about Black heritage and American heritage as well. But I couldn't. I wasn't. I mean, that was my. Now, my mom and them said, I'm gonna tell you exactly what they said. Cause listen, at that time, FAMU and BCC was giving out band with them things band scholarships, honey. And my mom and them said I wouldn't send a dog. Back then they called it FAMC. The FAMC, I was because when I went there to just on their campus, the girls was pregnant and all of that. Just like, get me out of here. Those up to do all proper people wasn't even entertaining no HBCU, honey. You baby, that is off the table for us. We cannot go there. Okay, that's not even an option. And I
Right.
wanted to go there so bad because I wanted to shake my ass in that damn band. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You just
Right.
shit you in the band. You in the
But
band.
that's
Bam.
interesting that they get labeled for that is the prominent what they academics. For as prominent, they always putting these HBCUs and they always showing the battle of the bands. Like that's the only thing that's going on in that
Yeah,
university or that higher academic environment. That's what they do. And it's a
right,
reason why they do that. And it's understood. I mean, I get it. I understand
right,
it.
right,
But
right. But
they always will
and
show
I
the battle of the bands.
I love the
right.
Battle of Bands.
Yes, the
Yeah.
battle. But when I what that is the shit there, and but let me tell you
Hmm.
Well,
something.
it's nothing wrong
Now
with it,
you
but they
know,
make it like that's the only thing going on in that university. Where
I know.
other universities, they're telling them, and I'm not saying any names, like they are innovative for science and the new
yeah,
technology that's coming out. That's how they promote those universities. If you ever paid attention,
right. But let me tell
yeah.
you, when I went back to school for someone, I was going back for psychology to pick up um that degree to accompany my law degree. And my friend, she's in administration over there. You need to come over here, to get into the program, whatever. And I'm trying to tell you, let me tell you something. When I went, and listen, I know, and I appreciate. I mean, y'all give me so many compliments, whatever, and I, so I would never ever leave here, abandon y'all for no other channel, whatever. Let's just keep that 100. I don't give a fuck who's over here, right? But so, when I went over there, because I got a friend that's at University of Phoenix, and I be trying to help you with your quota, right? So I come over there, and honey, I'm impatient in real life. I ain't got time for the bullshit. I was really impatient back in the end of the 90s. So I go over there, and I see these people in line with paper registrations and all kinds of bullshit like that. Immediately, I'm like, you lines all wrapped around the corner. People arguing because shit ain't right, whatever. And it's a black institution. I'm like, baby, I said, girl, I love you. But I done been here all day. And I done seen some of the same faces of the same people that's just trying to get registered. Them been here all day and was told to come back tomorrow. They all in. That's not how it works over here with these white people. You get in line, you take your ass to that computer, you are registered, and you go to fuck home. Like, this is crazy. You can get your books, your class, and everything in one day. And
But
I
see,
was like,
you
girl,
got to realize that that's interesting that you said that because of the resources that's allocated to these
yes,
different
yes, I was gonna say
universities.
that.
See, yeah, that's
Yes,
exactly what's going
yes,
on. But hey,
yes.
a
It
lot of
was
people don't look
horrible.
at it in
It
that
was
vein.
horrible. And I was like, baby, I can't do this. I'm gonna have to and
Right. So
that
they raised the
yeah,
level of frustration for you. You see how it works?
right. So I did in between my JD degree and my Master of Law, because I got them from the same place. I'm at a different school for my psychology degree, and and that's because I was considering, at that time going somewhere, trying to help my girl out, trying to get over there with her. But so I ended up going to a school to pick up that master's, and then I ended up going, back at the college for my JD. But I could not. And you're exactly right, Jojo. It was the resources, and I mean the resources from like the manpower they got manning those stations and stuff, to the computers, to the money, to the organization. I mean, and they were more concerned with having student tours and stuff like that to take you around, whatever, all this extra shit or whatever. I'm not about all that. I just need to stand in line, I know what classes I need or whatever, or just give me the book, the guide, to see, what I need to pick up or whatever. And then I need to go on through it and be done with it. I don't have time to come back tomorrow, come back some more times, getting this straight, got to get this clear. Is a transcript in?
Right.
All of this. I don't have time for that.
And those tours are no more than what they have to fight the higher universities as far as advertisement. You could look at advertisements for a different university, and you can kind of see what they have to offer. So they don't have the resources to be on television and it's being broadcasted to show you what that university offered, the black university. So they have to do that. And what they're doing is they're doing the advertisement best as they can to show you what they offer. Because I've been on university through walkthroughs versus seeing a brochure. You see how it works?
Yeah,
and it goes back to the resources. It goes back to the resources.
So I ain't lying. They walk your ass all through.
Absolutely.
You be like, God damn, my feet hurt.
Right.
Where's a computer? All I need is a computer.
Right.
I'm tired. I'm hungry.
It was a difference from university. Yeah, it was a difference from University of Hawaii than a university. And these people, they be doing all this doxing. So, but anyway, a different university here. So the brochure that I received and all the extra what they have the offer was totally different than here. Yeah. So it was the resources. We can't allocate money to do these brochures. So we'll get you here and we'll walk you through and show you our amendments and what we can accommodate and what we have to offer. Yeah, it was a totally different experience, especially being an athlete. It was crazy.
And you know what, Jojo, just that now that I think about it more, at that school, they had, a whole group of people that they were taking here and there and whatever. I remember getting into the program, the law program. It was a white girl, they was doing it per family. It was you.
That's right. You're right. You are absolutely right.
Yeah, it was just me. Yeah, but on the black,
they deal with it's a group. It's a whole goddamn group. It's a whole goddamn group with a loudspeaker. You know what I'm saying? What they call them, megaphones or some shit, man. Megaphones. Like, follow us over here. We finna go over here to the educational building, and this shit was crazy. It's a total different experience.
It's
a total different, and with these other universities, you're dealing with a one-on-one. See, that's what I mean by the resources.
One-on-one situation. One white girl, little thin blonde girl, weigh about 110 pounds. Okay, and she taking, it was per, family. But at that black school, bed about 25 people. A whole lot.
Right. You better keep up. You better keep up in line.
Yeah, you better keep up.
You better keep up in line. You're gonna get lost. Yeah. They got that megaphone. But
that's funny.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's how they advertise and oh man, I ain't think of it like that, JoJo. I ain't think like that. That was a
Hey
it was
y'all, it's been good talking to y'all. I'm being summoned. I gotta watch Peppa Pig with this 2-year-old till her parents come get
okay.
her.
Oh
But I
Lord.
will definitely be back. Good live, Angie. Good live.
All
Good
right.
talking to all of y'all. JoJo, Angie,
All
Absolutely.
right,
everybody in
thank
the
you.
chat. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll
Good
pop back
speaking
in if
with
I
you. Good
can.
speaking with you. Yes,
All
All
ma'am.
right,
right. See
thank
y'all
you for
later.
knowing. All right,
All right.
Yes,
Bye
all
ma'am.
right.
bye.
Thank you. Yes, honey. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer, but oh man, that is so crazy. It was the difference. It was just like night and day. It was like, what
Absolutely.
the hell?
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
even. It was even different when I was dual enrolled at the junior college when I was dual enrolled in high school. It it was even more more progressive then after then like 10 years later at the black school they were still behind and the junior
They were
school
still
was
behind. They were
was
still
a,
behind.
a little further ahead than them 10 years ago. I was like,
Right,
where is the computer? That's all I need to know. All I need
right.
was the computer.
I say
I don't need to
computer.
fucking know. I mean,
Well, you
it's
gotta go
like,
get in
oh,
line for that computer.
yeah. Yeah, you got to have one computer. And then
Shit.
you got to see the dean and all that shit.
Right,
You got to do
right.
all that with the white people. That shit is already in that program. They done already, based on your test scores, this, that, and the third, baby, you going on,
Right.
passing on, or whatever, you getting the fuck on.
It's a
Ain't
whole
nobody
different
got the hand,
dynamics.
got to see you. Everybody got to see you. It was
It's a whole
like with the
different
black school, they
dynamics.
got to see you. It's like you got to see the
Right.
whole school. You got to have a face to face with everybody enrolled. Hell no, no wonder y'all here all day. Hell no, I got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I said, baby, I can't
See,
do this now.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
At that time, I mean, it's crazy. I experienced it at an early.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, wow. Yeah.
yep. That is
They people
so
sending all
crazy.
kind of brochures and welcoming letters. You ain't getting that shit. Shit.
Mm, right,
You're not getting
right,
it. You
honey.
just, hey, shit, it's the truth. I'm just saying, a lot of
Mm-mm.
people don't, I'm not bashing anybody, but it is what it is, man. They get treated differently.
Yeah, you get treated different, and that is that. I didn't know. I didn't think of it like that. It was crazy. I was tired. I was tired. I was like, I don't want to go see another building. They walk you in over the entire campus. You got to cross the
The whole
street. I'm
campus.
like, you got me fucked up. I'm tired. I don't want to do this.
Right.
I don't want to do this, honey. Dual enrolled that school. My high school handled it. All I had to do was show up and pay. Uh,
Yeah,
well
you
after I
going
got
to
dual enrolled
admissions. You going straight to
yeah,
admissions. That's it.
pay for the school. My dad done gave me that money to pay for those classes, pay for them books. Well, mama gave me the money for the books.
Yeah.
Stand that
You going
line and
straight
you
to
get the fuck
admission.
on.
You going
Yes.
straight to admission. Yeah, I get it.
I
I
ain't gotta
know it.
see nobody. I ain't gotta see nobody. What are you talking about? And that was
That
so
was
crazy.
crazy.
That was damn near 10 years before I'm over here at this black school trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Yeah, that's exactly.
That's some crazy
Yeah,
shit
we
too
struggling.
to think about. Yeah, but when like when you get that experience and you learn and you understand what you're looking at, you can see it. It's right there in your face.
Yeah,
If you take the time
right.
to understand what you're looking at and say, wait a minute. Yeah, it was weird, man. That was like I said in Hawaii, that was a experience for your ass. Shit, I
Mm,
mean that facility
wow.
was just they showing me the different program to have for in a brochure. Now I had to sit down with someone at that black university. They was like, oh yeah, we really want it.
Gotta sit down, gotta talk to you. And then
Like what the fuck?
why we gotta do
I'm
all this
fucking
stuff?
18 years old. I don't know what the fuck you really telling me, but I can go back over
Yeah,
here
I
and
said,
pull
why
this
I gotta sit down?
brochure.
Where the computer at? Where the
Yeah,
computer?
this guy
I can't hear you. Knock something off, Joe.
Yeah, it was an
Joe.
experience. It
Okay, I
was
hear you
really
now.
an experience.
Yeah, that's crazy. Right? Everybody got time for that. What you want to talk about?
Exactly. Shit.
Then now we got, and at the black school. And tell me, I'm telling the truth. At one portion of this orientation, whatever the hell is going on, we was on. Don't you got to go and have prayer and all that?
Yeah, because most of those, you know, they're right because most of them had like some kind of Baptist, they had that
Yeah,
behind it.
you got to have
Yeah,
go. You got to have prayer and all this and whatever. Baby,
right,
I wonder where's
right.
the computer.
Yeah,
Where's the computer?
yeah.
You got one of
Yeah,
those?
they had that Jesus gonna work it out prayer. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy, man. It's
Oh wow,
crazy.
Karen.
Damn, you made
Wow.
me think
Well,
about
with that
that
case.
time.
I don't have it.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a lot. That was a lot.
So I
That
learned
was.
it at an
I was.
early
I told.
age.
I said, baby, if it take all this here just to get in here, honey, I ain't gonna be able to do this here. I told her, I said, I tried,
Man,
girl. I
I'm gonna
tried.
disclose something. I'm gonna disclose something. And at that time, I still was smoking weed. I'm like, what is this shit?
Oh no, JoJo.
Straight up, like, what the fuck is this? God damn, what is this shit? Nah,
What is going
hell
on?
no. Hell no, I'm not messing around with this. It's too much. This is y'all blowing my high with this shit. All this walking and shit.
Walking and talking
Yeah,
and
man.
praying and
And you, like
preaching
you said,
and
you
all
in a group. You in a big group.
in a group. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, all this here for what?
Yeah,
This
that
high
was
ass
crazy.
tuition.
That was
Yeah.
crazy, man. That was crazy.
Mm-mm. That's crazy.
And
That
see, I
was
was
crazy.
walking, that's crazy. Cause see, I was walking through
Oh wow,
scholarships and I
Kim.
still was in the goddamn group. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm on
Mm-mm.
scholarship and walking through this, doing this walkthrough. What is this? And at that time, truth be told, I'm like, man, take me to the goddamn.
Take you to the where? I can't hear you. Something wrong with your speaker. Take you to the
I don't
where?
need to see all this extra shit y'all showing me. You blowing my high.
Take you to the where?
the gym. I want to see your court.
So what are you doing? You messing up your mic. I can't hear you. Messing up your mic. Jojo, I can't hear you.
Hey,
You messing up
but
your
yeah,
mic.
I ain't did shit, man. I don't know what the hell is
Oh,
going
okay,
on. Hold on.
okay.
I don't know.
Oh,
But
you
no, I was
good.
saying
You good.
take me to the gym. Yeah, I was like, take me to the gym. I
Right.
don't want to see all this extra shit. Y'all blowing my high.
Right. That was a
Where's the
lot.
gym
That was
and the
a
weight
lot.
room?
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, crazy.
Honey, and it's for law school. It's always see now my dumb ass in school, and man, all the lawyers, and y'all know what I'm talking about. The law review. I didn't, I wouldn't get on the law review. I couldn't qualify on the law review. I don't do that. That's some extra shit. That's what them people that got them dynamite scores, in law school. No, that's the first years that got them that got them goddamn bifocals on and they know all the answers to the questions and shit. And my ass better than it.
Right,
So they
right.
end up on the law review. So
And you know what's crazy that you said?
it's not a legal journal that each law. I don't know what your thing doing, JoJo. That each law school have majority of them. Go ahead. And it looks very impressive on your resume. You was part of the law review. JoJo, what you doing with your thing? Something you doing with your thing, JoJo. Can y'all hear me okay? I don't know what he doing. But man, that HBCU stuff is a bit much. Huh? Let me see if I can hear JoJo. 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 I don't know what you're doing, your system. But anyway, honey, when I tell you, I hope they've upgraded that stuff in those schools, because there's no way in hell. Jojo, can you hear me? It's still something that's going on with your speakers or whatever. I don't know. I'm getting the feedback too. But I hope they have put some money toward the upgrade and that shit, because that to me took me out. Okay, that took me out, and that ran me. I couldn't do it, because I could get away with getting a degree in psychology over there, because I didn't need any international studies. I didn't need, all the studies the white man was gonna give me, all of that, because I already had that. I didn't need that.
Andrew, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now a little better.
God damn, I got about 5 devices hooked up to this damn shit. And it just be
Oh,
switching
you cut off
over.
four.
It be switching from one to the other to the other to the other. And I'm like, damn, shit, I hear myself.
I know, because you done sat on the ball of your ass and just plug shit in. And you be walking all over the house and the shit be picking up. Exactly. But
that's, I don't know if y'all, because I don't know what left off what they heard say, but I always heard someone, like, I don't know if they heard
what I
this
was
part.
saying.
The young.
Go ahead.
And the is more nerd, so I'm gonna always get in where I fit in, because they're used to me hanging with some of these people that I already know. Look, they here for a certain reason. I'm here for a reason, but I know I have to get here and get this education that they have, because this is the education that they're presenting. And when you dealing with, I don't want to sound so goddamn biased, but I can always hang with y'all. Y'all want to go party, y'all want to go kick it, that's cool. That's fine, and I did that. But at the same time, I acquired and put a team together that's going to help me. When I come in there hungover the next day, I got little Jody that's going to help me put them papers together. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, Lord, you was one of those.
You damn straight.
Oh,
And
no.
they was, hey, shit, they walked around on the side of me proud. And I walked on the side of them just as proud. Shit. Yeah, that's my friend. You can't say shit to him.
No.
You damn right. You damn right I did that.
Let me tell you.
Because at that age, you ain't studying like you supposed to. At least I wasn't. But go ahead. Yeah, of course
but my I can get my child on the phone right now, and she could remember, because she could remember me. I think she was on live one day. She was telling me how I had to take her to college with me and all that, night school, and by any means necessary. So she used to remember me studying, especially when I went back, and she said that I don't never open a book, and pass my classes, and her studying style was she got to open a book, study, highlight, and all that. I'm not gonna do all that unless it's something I really, really don't know. But you talking about some shit. You talking about
see, you know what? I'm finna point somebody and make you laugh. I'm finna make you laugh with this one. See, she highlighting in them books. See, y'all had that bread. You ain't highlighting them books because we was reselling our books.
Oh no. No. No,
Y'all
you
had that bread,
oh
man.
hell
Yeah, man.
no.
We were selling
Mm-mm.
our books. At the end of the year, we were selling those books. Yeah.
Mm-mm. I'm
They had a
highlighting,
resale
I'm
value.
folding pages. No, we are
Nah, ain't none
highlighting
of
all
that.
kind of stuff.
Nah, with no highlight. You
No.
highlighted that book, it is no resale value. Straight up.
Man, I have books that still had the plastic on. Like I'm not opening, I'm not cracking on. Now let me tell you, when she was on here and I was talking about who when I asked her I had to talk to into, trying to get into, some legal classes for, to try to legal prep to get her in law school, and then that didn't work. I tried to get her, to be a psychologist, a psychiatrist or something, getting some of those classes. That didn't work. I ended up doing the work for her because I felt so bad because I had gotten her into those classes. And
Right.
she would just send me the assignment, not the book. Just um, tell me what the assignment was, especially if it was a paper. And I, do the paper up or whatever, and then shoot that shit back to her, whatever, or give her the answers to, she send me the test or whatever it is, and I do the test and whatever. Because I had to do it for her because I'm the one that talked in the shit. I'm the one got in
Right.
the bullshit. Now I got
You
to
know what?
pass
You
the
know what?
I had
I'm
to pass
surprised
the
you wouldn't even paying for term paper. Cause you know it was. Man, why I can tell it now? Yeah. You know that we pay for term papers. Yeah. And actually, you get first
Yeah, they was
privilege
doing that
to
back
the
then.
ones. Yeah, you get privilege to the ones that's going to not they get your goddamn profiler, so to speak. They be like, goddamn, these professors, I gotta tone it down a little bit because they ain't gonna say you wrote this shit. So they get a profile of
Right,
you. It's crazy, man. It's
right. They were like,
crazy.
oh man,
It's funny,
oh,
man, that I think about this
oh,
shit, man. This shit is funny.
that's crazy,
Yeah.
Judge. You ain't do right. Oh, Cotton
No,
Candy, they
I
said that the
did. I
judges
didn't say
are
I
doing
didn't
some
write
things on
all
the
of them
case.
myself. What's that?
No, I'm asking Cotton Candy. No, no, it's going to happen. His sentence is going to happen. Who said they were reviewing some things on R. Kelly's case? Is that in Pacer? I'm sorry, Jojo.
Fine. Fine.
Um, that's crazy though. Your ass is making it happen, and you up there on the college campus making it happen because you got to
Yeah, but
practice
let me
in the
tell you,
morning and in the evening.
you have these boosters. You have boosters
Yeah,
that's gonna put you in the right place that you need to be. Yeah, man, it's a whole man. I look back at it. It was a great experience, and that's when I started learning how the system works. I didn't know it back then, but as I grow older and understand how all of this stuff is put together. I mean, come on. If some of you guys look at some of these people, like these athletes, say for instance, that graduate, they say they graduated college. They get up there on a presser, they can't even complete a complete sentence. Just pay attention. You know, they get drafted. That's why I like looking at these drafts. I'm saying, okay, let me see how they took advantage of this individual. Because when they get up there and give those pressers, it's a lot of run-on sentences and all of that. What have we? But these are 5 years. I mean, 5 year students. Now, what the hell are you learning that you can't even get to a presser and be able to complete a sentence without it being run on and the rest of it? I mean, this is real shit. It goes on in these universities. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm telling you from experience. So when I was getting with the nerds,
me
hell,
either.
I was
I don't know
learning
what's
all of
going on.
that. I was learning all of that, man. Like, hey, shit, they be on their shit.
Uh, a case of B China and I'm sorry, Jojo, and KJ. I don't know them people. Why they KK defamation case was. Girl, who is all them people? Cotton Candy. I don't know nothing about none of them people you just said. Girl, you talking about KK and JJ and BB and CC Winers, baby. I don't know nothing about none of that. Girl, I'm just trying to stay hell. Not lag behind on both of these damn channels. Hell.
I see Miss Molly. Hello, Miss Molly. I see you in the chat.
Miss 50 God and Miss Ma. Yeah, I don't know all them. What is it? KJ and whatever. You know what I got to do? I got to, since everybody think that they don't nature boy, natural boy, whatever the hell kind of boy it is, case is so fascinating. I got to go and look to see what the hell, what exactly what did he do?
You
I
know
mean,
what
like,
I've
I
been
don't know.
seeing here for the last. This is what when I made that statement before. Excuse me for cutting you off. I've been watching Nature Boy for like 9 years now, and his ideology hasn't changed at all.
But
He's been doing this. They kicked him out of. I don't know what island he was on. Somewhere he was at.
That's what I was going to ask.
Because I stopped following
wasn't
his
he on
ass.
an island?
I'm like, man, this nigga crazy.
Yeah, like wasn't he on an island? And I remember some kind of black dude having some women come there that was on an island, and I was
that
like,
was
is that the
him.
same
That
dude?
was him.
Because this
And
was
this
on
dates back 8 years ago. Go ahead.
I think this was on maybe the National Geographic Channel or something like that, and I was like,
I don't know,
okay.
but I don't think he got that high. I don't think he got that high.
No, it was somebody. It was either Dateline or somebody covering that crazy ass man.
Well, I don't think he reached that national standpoint at that point. If you're talking about now, maybe. Okay, maybe. I don't know if it's the same person we are talking about. But yeah,
I seen some fool on TV, and he was black.
I was watching them back then. I mean, that's like 8 years ago. For a lot of people,
and
you know, wasn't even thinking about a YouTube.
Right, and you know what's so crazy?
He was on YouTube with that same shit. Go ahead.
But you know what's so crazy? Like those type of crimes and all this and type of codish behavior and stuff like that. You know, this used to be white people shit. Now,
what I said
you can
it.
even. Yeah, you can't. Oh no, Jojo, don't stop.
No, you put it out there. I said, who are our greatest teachers? But I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna put a period right there. That's a bookmark.
But you know, when the DC snipers, I know y'all remember about that. When they was looking for the DC snipers, they said them they were white people, and all. I mean, that was a profile and everything. Baby, when they found them two niggas in that box Chevy, everybody's mouth dropped. We was like, uh-oh, we are in danger. Because
I don't even believe that.
You don't believe nothing. Well, anyway, let me finish. So, with all these crimes and stuff like that, you really have to stop and wait for the pictures to come on the news to say, okay, you know, whether they black or white. Because back in the day, we used to say, that's some white people. And get the fuck on, keep on up. Even when you it was different when I got in the white collar crime, right? It was different because most of those crimes are, you know, done by white people or some goddamn Nigerians and shit like that, right? Other than that, you know, it's mainly white. Now, when they do them profiles, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but they profile a lot differently because now this shit is being committed by, you know, black people. And it's mind-blowing. It's like you do your profile, you got this attribute, you got this characteristic, you got this most likely this, you put all that together, and then when you come and you be like, whoa. It paints a picture of, you know, and you used to, and it was back early on with the profile. It was depending on the crime, you would presume it was of this ethnicity, right? But now they don't really let too much
Excuse
say.
me. God damn.
Some of the old schoolers do the presumption, but some of the some of the new schoolers, they be like, they wait back and let the characteristics and all that stuff develop, and then paint a picture, and then you kind of go from there. But back in the day, you could be like, it's most likely to be this race, it's most likely to be this person,
And
this
that's
type of
what they
person, you know,
do.
between this age.
That's what they do. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When I made that statement and said, "Who are our greatest teachers?" I don't know if it went over people's head or they just thought I was just fighting the power, as y'all say. No,
Yeah, fight it.
they teach you this kind of behavior, and what we do, we just pick it up. It's called learned
Mm-hmm.
behavior. It's learned
Right.
behavior. So we pick it up because they are our greatest teachers. And I know that sounds kind of profiling, but it is what it is. But I ain't gonna, I'm
Right.
not gonna change it up in this chat. I mean, change it up on your live and get into that because I'll go over on my channel and speak this shit, the fight the power shit. But no,
Yeah,
it's
fight the
interesting.
damn time.
See, because
But
every road leads back to whom? The usual suspect. And I'm gonna leave it
the
alone on
white
that.
man.
No, it's not so. See,
But
because when you say that, you thinking I'm boxing them in. No, I'm not doing that because all white
you
people are
know
not
I'm making
like
a
that.
joke.
But you got to
But
be
that's the
careful with
answer,
that because
JoJo.
I'm be looking like a goddamn racist, and I'm not. I don't even have the resources to be a
I know that.
racist.
Everybody know I'm joking, but that's who you talking about.
Well, I'm talking about the usual suspect. And the usual suspect is someone that what? Fits the description. I don't think I
Okay.
ever broke
And that's
that part of
usually
it
who?
down. It's
That's usually
someone
who,
that fits the
according to
description.
you.
Someone that
But
fits
when
the
but when
description. You laughing. Somebody's trying to spam you at the same time. It might be them.
okay, stand my ass. Hey, Smack, did somebody get that? Lord have mercy. I don't feel like clicking out
See, they don't want to hear this real shit. That's what you see how that shit come in? Mm-hmm.
this family. The usual
Yeah.
suspect. That's who
It
doing it.
might be. It might be. Who knows? Now, I'm just being silly now, but no, they are our greatest teachers. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. And I won't bore y'all with that
They
kind of
did shut it
conversation over
down,
here.
Karen. They did. They
I won't
listen
do that.
in certain areas. But I'm just saying, and it was back then how they developed profiles. It was just so they pretty much let the crime lead them. Now now it's like more or less they let the characteristics lead them and stuff like that. So
In other
it makes a
words,
difference.
let me ask you this: Who will be back? And let's go back to when you saying that time is. Who will be more likely to set up an organized bank robbery versus robbing a goddamn convenience store? You see what I'm saying now?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
easy to profile that. Now you're gonna have a small
yeah.
demographic that does it on both sides. But I notice what I said. Organize a bank robbery versus robbing a convenience store. You see how it works? Listen to the words.
Right, you're right.
Hmm. And
Right,
I'm going back in the day.
exactly.
I'm not talking about now. I'm saying back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
And it's easy to
Now,
profile and
shit.
look who you're looking for.
Right now, you got to wait for the news. Like who they say we got to okay, or listen to the name. What the name is? Even if it says Michael. Now Michael Price. You are automatically sometimes depending on the crime. You think okay, that's a white man. Now you got to wait because Michael Price could be a black man. You be like shit. Damn. They just Lord, we just doing all the crazy shit now. I
Well,
mean, it's
and that's
man.
crazy you say that because, us as melanated people, we'll see on the news, on the headlines, a heinous crime happened. Like such and did this here, or they did that. And the first thing come to a person that's black, oh, I hope he wasn't black. Well, why you hope that it didn't happen? You know what I'm saying? This is to you
Yeah.
Christian folks. Why do color matter? But the first thing triggers in our mind is, oh, I hope he wasn't black. Huh? it's
Y'all still
something
remember how to
deeply.
get the spam? And hold on, I'm sorry, Jojo. Y'all still
Go ahead.
remember how to get the spam? You block it, you time it out or whatever, but you also got to still report it. Because it's kind of enticing for me to go out on the outside to do it from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
praying
I'm sorry, go ahead.
you praying that it wasn't a person of melanated descent. Why you didn't pray to you hate that it happened?
Yeah.
We just some screwed up individuals.
Yeah. That's wild though. I got about 4 more minutes. But yeah, that's wild though. It's wild. It is
And it's a
wild.
psyche. It's a psyche. It's a psyche. And I'm gonna give you an example of how the psyche plays with our mind. I'm a millionaire, well off millionaire. I'm riding around in my Rolls Royce, and I see lights come on behind me. What is the natural order that's gonna go through your head? And I'm gonna tell you because it's no trick question. You're gonna grip that steering wheel real hard,
Yeah.
and he rolled right on by you. That's the psyche that I be speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking for you in the first place. But the psyche of the mind sets off some different whatever it is that goes through the mind, because I'm not a study of science in the mind and the brain and all of that. But I don't give a damn if you sitting with your bank account with $5 million in it. You gonna grip that steering wheel real hard and say, "Oh shit, they come to get me." And those lights run right by you. He wasn't looking for you in the first place. But I bring that up to
Mm-hmm.
say the psyche of the mind. And these people, the ones that are in control, study that. They understand that. Yeah, this is real shit. You gotta believe me, put it to a test. So they
Mm-hmm.
automatically knows
I believe it.
this person right here. And see, and I'm finna take it even farther now. When I pull him over, I pulled him over. His mind is gonna go to his status. And see, this is where it gets very conflicting at. We're not worried about your status. My status is able to pull you over. So when you get to arguing with that individual, meaning that they got the ability to take your life at this point, and it will be justified later.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a clan. That's a clan that you in with law enforcement. They are back behind what? A system. So when they take your life for you running your mouth, all you're gonna do as a group of people, write up some signs, walk down the street and march. They permit that. But your life is still that individual life is still gone. If that individual would have had a code of behavior, you don't argue with that law enforcement because you've been captured at that point. You got to argue that later. Don't argue that in a sense that you said you know your rights. They don't, all of that is thrown out. It's thrown out at
Mm-hmm.
that point. You argue that later on a right
Right.
playing field. Because the minute you start saying, "Oh, I know my rights. I know my rights. You can't pull me over like this, and I ain't do nothing." You're losing. You don't have a code. And I'm not talking about something mysterious. I'm talking about a code of behavior. So you're going to lose. And so many have done that and seen. You don't care what you got and who you are. You've been captured. Name, right, serial number. That's all you need to give them. argue your case later because you're not going to, 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose that argument. And it could end up you losing your life.
Right. That's what I tell people. I'm like, listen, to take that ticket. Because I had to stop running around here and cussing people out and whatever, because they was like, you know, you keep you know, cussing these police out and stuff like that, you know,
You're
you
gonna
won't get
run
in
around. You're
trouble.
gonna run across the wrong one. That ain't about it. His wife or her husband had pissed him off that early morning, and they run across your black ass, and you telling them, and they just feeling
and
like
I'm
I'm gonna take my frustration off on this Negro.
mm-hmm. It's
That's
Negroes.
where they get some more candles and teddy bears and candles
You
and
don't you don't hit you don't
Israelites.
hit a button or
You
something
wasn't
again,
this kind
Jojo.
of person. Well, hey,
Jojo, I can't hear you. Don't hit a button.
it is what it is.
Well, my child could tell you,
That's how
I
I am.
used to baby cut the
Intimate.
food, cuss,
That is
whatever.
my
Cause
feeling.
Jojo, I can't hear you.
Hollering about your rights. You have no rights. You are enemy behind lines, and you've been captured at that point. And we had something go on like this with the young lady down there in Prairie. Y'all know the young lady, and she ended up dead in the cell. Come on, man.
You muffled, Jojo. You muffled.
I can't even think of her name. There's been so many of them.
Jojo, you muffled.
It made national news. Can you see me?
No, can't hear you muffled. I keep hollering you muffled.
I got all these damn devices, man. I gotta stop this. Hello?
Yeah, are you still muffled? You muffled. What you doing? I don't know what you got going on, sir. Anyway, I'm not ready to get up off the anyways. Where's my oh stuff? Jojo, honey, you muffled. I don't know what you doing. Anyway, y'all, let me get on up off here. I don't know what JoJo is doing. Yeah, this was productive, I guess, a little bit. So, y'all can hit that like button. I would appreciate it. I play a little Curtis knocking out. I mean Kevin knocking out Curtis real quick. Let me play that. The sound and everything too. It's the funniest shit though. The show that I was. This is it this current season? I think it's this current season. Or was the last?
I got too
I
many
think it's this
devices
current.
going on.
Jojo, I don't know what you're doing with your volume. I don't know what you're doing. Jojo. Y'all remember, go check out Flawless. It's on the screen. It's Flawless _ beauty 2613 at Instagram. All right, let me see. Let me play this. This is so funny. I think this is this season. Lord, somebody get that spam, Jesus. I can't. Can somebody get it and put it in the block it, remove it, whatever, and report it as spam, please. So I'm gonna play this real quick, and I'm gonna get on up out of here. So this is Kevin, and this is I think this is the latest season. Yeah, this is the latest season. Yeah, and this not too long after. This is funny as hell. But this dude was out with all that jokey joke shit and got knocked the fuck out. This was funny as hell. And you could tell this was a lick. So let me play this real quick.
Don't you touch me. All right. Don't you touch me, dog. Because I'll knock your pussy ass out. Oh, hey! Yeah, good night. Good night. Back up. Back up. Lay down. Lay down. Come pick him up. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
Oh my gosh. I got out of the halfway house, and so far it feels like a nightmare. I didn't want there to be any confrontation or anything like that. Then next thing you know, they're talking to each other, and one thing just escalated to another, and this is not the kind of release day that I had imagined for myself.
No. Hey, stop. Stop.
Y'all get him off the ground.
Hey, back up. Stop.
He ain't knocked out. He's acting like he's asleep. I'm done with Tiffany. I decided to just go on and take it back to the house and say both of them. Just forget about this, put it behind me.
Stand up. You got it? Come on, you can do this. Stand up. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here.
Is he okay? It's very confusing, with everything going on and all the emotions I had. So, sensory overload.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Man, I had
That
to
was
go
funny.
turn off. I had to go turn off every Bluetooth device I have in this house.
Thank you, Star. Well, let me get on off here. Let me go on off here. Well, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming on through. Thanks again to the host, the hostess, and the guests, and everybody else that's left. Peace. To the next live, y'all. To the next live.